go round 40 with the family. Kobe the 64 got rejected. Over 1240. Kofi again. The same Arsenal according to Ben Jacobs. Almost so share Yan Diomande. And he as much as Paris Saint-Germain. Who say Yan Diomande deal no. Sabakola ban Liverpool na and say Arsenal. Next I'm call all in for Diomande. And he now Arsenal so tete because say the matter Bakola hono. Again almost sign person almost 20 almost left side. Who's a Trossard call? Yeah. Into one person almost sign Ade Obi. Either Diomande or Bakola. Now whoever they get. Who's that Diomande ne board Rock Nation Jay-Z no man no buy. Almost 120. Only yes of course. And one or completely 115 successful dribbles. Oh,
World Cup yes.
Yeah, he Dabi. World Cup has completed 10.
Bundesliga okay.
World Cup has he created 4 chances. Wow. Bundesliga and he was among the best players who created the most chances. Player Bakwa Okutabolo wa Kofi like they say go be free man about the Monday. Or say direct and also the age is on the side. But who say Arsenal for the real cost Nico Divoire players Nicolas Pepe mono. And then but the Monday is good. Obi ani di. Ana.
The Arsenal bet is 120 million pounds now can.
And inti na be Abakola de no. Say Liverpool and Fana because Liverpool for now say the Monday no crop and say na be na PSG. Once the PSG but now so be say Bakola de na be open. Now I very head to head battle between Liverpool ni Arsenal. Do be nya Bakola. When the Liverpool for no Luis Diaz score no. Omo nhye dan nya obi a nhye na nan. Yeah, there is Gakpo. I don't operate on the left wing. But Gakpo no more multiple options. Again, an outwider more. In certain games, you know, the profile is very important. What am I saying? Yeah. And Arsenal for no so now Bakola Yan Diomande. Omo involved around these three clubs, PSG, Arsenal and Liverpool. So still they catch on and say Arsenal are really in to make sure says even though my league but me ties because last season they were almost sitting at 1-0 Champions League we can find a bima and this attack episode me team work I think say the oil pressure on to be Dr. Tache Habasanta from where I sit there na me say on
na Italy intimi influence K11 Company Limited eno ayebia ayi say prepaid power ne bia to oba onse ekantam paso saso na modern way hebakra ne kwasem nkanta zebra oba na kuma bi ya ne beto ase enko na sababium saso na kuma say agro processing company limited wasem nkanta sa kofendupa e de bedwa sa kwani koko no betimi aso doso kama etimi edemam saso na amuzu health food eno ayenku papa onye bina de fall trim abema tree na ho ano na face entimi mfuye no etimi afu kama edemam Dr. Owusu Acha Herbal Center number 1 Herbal Center no for ya de nyina kodano na no dronom omobi sasana remedy dental clinic wasem nkanta sebra wanum ha obia wonum bia sa no yebetimi ayne kama etimi dama sasana KM shipping wasem nkanta se oniama no say delivery kama empama woni nyina no yebetimi aye anamfe so yasana ba center form yakofa yasana star at the big just sasana yasana check capsules no ne nyina edro onye bia ebetimi abwa anamfe so suma bank sem nkanta se kuani bra na beji loans awodo na okoko phone ntosi phone cash phone awodo no na emuntimi entrem anamfe so rents madan takra examen kancha sebra ne ha bia wonu bia sa ha no etimi eye de fro se de bia mframa na fro numba no etimi aye hwam Graceland Hardware Aluminium Sasra Glass Company Limited semen kancha sebra adanse ne ma papa na bra na beju de na nsa pepe fiora no waye bi se sa so na fair travel consult wa semen kancha se ye do e2 kan we aye 2 years contract kata woko okona so modebo timi so na renew ano e be say adwuma sa so na nso atrama community bank wasebra ye ne we AC nkonya account be na peso bie oba e be bie ne kama etimi de mam Buare Enterprise wasebe nkanta sebra bra beje provinces ahodom na cotton tobi na kodi bi so be ne o betima koso kama etimi e de mam sa so Anatomic Kela Ventures wasebe nkanta sebra no iceberg na apa oba wonse aka dodo pa bia eno se edante kefo so Akwaaba Enterprise wasebe nkanta sebra danse ne ma papa no ba wonse eka bi e de free aso ana afie so hasa Mr. ana afie so hata capsules no eno eye osatamfo no kone kopa bi na nunum bi ebetimi abo ana afie so kwafomo waseme nkancha so akofa no hodo pinam etimi e da bedwa so yakofa samensha e da bedwa so saso ana gentke yakofa bi da bedwa so ne nyina no wofo na hodo no say ekoko no ana afie so no ba hodo se betimi aso do so kama etimi da ma bomoda ne kopa bi na wisu bi ana afie so asemura no betimi atu ama ya de bia so etimi enka hodo ba ya na wonya bia ebetimi apapa papa ama wofo na ayi so don etimi agyina ne na so omo nyina e can be enano pay wote yankasa akodiem sem no ye de edan bona eba na mana ne nsem no watimi e de ama wo wia se no so de aka no ye beto so ase aha Akwaaba radio 98.1 non duba ye peje meeting ade Kofi ade kpere Tagor Kofi mana ne nsem no e de abro enano pay ne de sa wote no na watipi
Enano pains a brasia so say ya jimrena ya demo konko farman so on sama ya nsaka no ene ya diba somo awa Akwaaba sports arena so ya di kan catch am say uramu awa YouTube no so a show no live for ho Akwaaba radio 98.1 on YouTube Akwaaba 98.1 on TikTok no Akwaaba 98.1 uramu awa Facebook so abenya link no Akwaaba show no awa YouTube no so abra wo search Akwaaba 98.1 Akwaaba radio documentu konoma na wabo modian sa onso ubetimi ahye ama foforo anya bi ahwe na Kofi de tieni se before se bewuramu ewo encroformance no aseda ane yede emanyumaku a wom ekra yase na no pa yede mo encroformance Adford Frozen Foods boy yepa Sansona Siwoma Limited Afemaya Chemist Limited new CBG mobile app no enso aka wo bi Fosu Company Limited Akwaaba Lodge original anti-barbering saloon Suzy special wamo and jollof joint nyumaku a omo kan wo bia enano pay yade mo eko encroformance madikia catch se on YouTube na Akwaaba 98.1 enti ho enano pay okwa creation no amanyema atimi atotom ye na Kofi ye hyen sabana sedia ne di free the 2026 FIFA World Cup enta ye ebawie ye no ye nyina nim said the champions of the FIFA World Cup no the Spanish national team na referee gina mfimfini no Slovenian referee and Slatko Vincent wano and a handle game no a center referee emo maya ne day and Spain and winning game no by 1-0 in the extra time and I no pay the eba and it's a Slatko Vincent and so I announcement say one so every time from referee say reported for the Slovenian Football Association wamo aswaye eba and say ampa referee and communicate am wamo officially watch us nyade say obetimi eye adwuma enso e referee nyimubio enti say Slatko Vincent FIFA World Cup final game referee no e say wono nso retire from referee mu and open yare sansem ni nyina enso emamu e wa fidikese so Emmanuel Petit adi nkobo afa Ballon d'Or no ho wo se Ballon d'Or ya amanfo ka say Harry Kane stand favorite to win it no was one of the Emmanuel Petit no and win it was a brand for Harry Kane a Ballon d'Or ne chances in a over was you all do so or share plenty goals in the Bundesliga and it's all the Bundesliga ne a case dia and ya brand in ebamu no more for other competitions be more at said the UEFA Champions League and the English national team one more performance one more na di our World Cup na so a brand in Asia one there yantimi and win in qualities no yantimi and win goals ne said the more bono in the Bundesliga and to there and when is a brand for na weekend no one World Cup race no why out and near I over for him and I am Emmanuel Petit the French legend no one and at the MIA yeka no near Ramu Italy Dazuris woman so aswaye obeke ananu and a beto just Dazuris of Italy one national team no and paying for a person with the Jumana Emma Pep Guardiola na before that in Pono woman di kind a contate Papa ni and Don Carlo Ancelotti Brazil for coach no Emma ne rejete Emma ne be see Pep Guardiola so Pep so rejete na asat nano Saturday ana chase adia baba chen no na ye Andre Pelo and an Eli Diadina Diana Ep and is a Paulo Martini Munina and so Ashase and in painful air casa and for the appointment of Paulo Maldini near Sano Pay Paulo Maldini and Leonardo when I read the sporting aspect of the Italian national team a furious Nina and is Mubufu reporter Eba and it's Andre Pelo one as why ambassador and much as one of the betting companies one and so our Russia into Enraya one idea Juman Eman as it will coach when we are now crack from Sembe Brena Abba and to pay any controversies bia one Italy for the NTSM because Papanite and Andre Pelono will play a role as global ambassador for that Russian betting agency now and will pay their mate and it's a for Ioma Jensen a Juman and Yadia Sam Homo Adibama Andre Pelo Nanum and Ama Paulo Maldini and Leonardo Yase se Akwaya no Sam Oman Fredman Ama Paulo Maldini and your monso ever resigning as their chasem technical director Emma the Italian Football Federation after Swonya appointment 16 days ago no yes says Akwaaba say Andre Pelo ne sent me encouragement Paulo Maldini and Leonardo woman ever resigning as just a technical director and so Emma the Italian Football Federation uramu ewo ensemfufo ma babe totwa say Bradley Barcola I decided sanya dey so be standing contract and the Ama Bobo kwano and so APAG na a branch no ready so be free club and no APH woman aswaye akọ different place their meeting and it's urama timani day any PH akacha clubs woman a branch of the Bradley Barcola say anya dey say boy no woman ebeja no amana kwa easy sir because over 2 years contract now so and pay their eba and it's Leon Papa ni day and Luis Enrique and so I am coach amatime no APH ababedin come so I need the players woman I willing nothing woman I fully committed no sa players no ana ono no ene omo ebeye adwuma every next season ekọ enu nti amase say Liverpool bobo kono womo nso anya hoden a de mete ane so omo kyerese omo anya Bradley Barcola omo pe ento omo ba be clear candidate omo ense betimi aka branch ne nemum PG force se Chelsea etimi etua sika 135 million euros over which is 116 million pounds now for Elliot Anderson and so etimi join Manchester City with a fee of 100 million pounds there and not just a Bradley Barcola and so on wamo abaje 170 million euros and no I am comodia across our PG wamo also a for Branton and a Bradley Barcola wamo say omo 170 million euros but Federico Chiesa and on so according come send future ewo Liverpool no one papa for Adoni Irola wamo trust so a pre-season into no I am very happy ewo Liverpool when say a new chapter emano or try so be the best said be ya manager na say coach no ebe you so no Federico Chiesa nemom Adoni Irola onu a coach ema Liverpool Kofi dia eba no pai and say papa na akwadin come say players so no mu adwuma no we excited with their work rate until we ready mu say about get the team back onto the track na fe ama excitement asiaba Liverpool bio
like to give them a team that they can feel proud of. I think football, and especially Liverpool for me, is about connecting connecting with the people, connecting with our supporters. I've been in the other side at Anfield. I've experienced the goal that Kiesa scored in the first game of the past season, where you can feel the stadium. And I would love to have this every game we play. And it has to come from us, from inside the pitch. And we have to be a team that works hard, intense, aggressive, vertical, so everyone can be identified, everyone can feel comfortable now supporting this team.
Ano ayan sama brantia ananse coach ono ejina mu Emma Liverpool Anthony Irola wano enso ede Emma Juventus for chance edin come with Manchester United for Joshua Zezi abusia fan pay according to Sky Italia womu says Zezi move to Italy no eno Juventus bobo kono enso grow ye pa likely say brantina ebe rabu Italy akwa ye juma ede ama Juventus team na diamete ene se ramu garata woman so aswaya woman so munya Rafael Leo of AC Milan on loan woman everybody AC for no sa kodani be free club numa a permanent offer and a betimi ama boy na akọ enya de se loan deal e betimi a convince woman eno enkomodia ekoso honum Edin Dzeko enso assign contract extension contract renewal e de amashakal for until June 2027 de ate anisa branch na be to so adwuma e de ama Bundesliga club eno shaka for Bosnia goalkeeper Emma Keved national team no ye nyina nim sa branch na be bon ho moden World Cup na sia anopa dia mate ene se we sika woje wo kolokolo asoye na triple dia oje na wo Chivas yes time no sia kan ama Chivas no na oje $9,000 per month say waje $25,000 per month wo kolokola yes wo World Cup ne ebe no ne price market value no a triple ni salary a triple out mu say yes Vozinia enso egina ni ye perfect bachi for and I shall say Edin come on with Nicholas Jackson ne entourage any a Brent na nkasa wamu fana bachi Turkish club yi so munya Jackson omo pe but it's come de bana I 48 million euros yes says can ever from for Chelsea to accept anti Chelsea for now aka ade a chef fana bachi for say so omo pe Brent fana Jackson wamu pages can man nrube 60 ho na wamu ade sa 48 ne ebadia ebe de nanka Chelsea for the pa Brent fana John Stones na so no pay de mate any Chelsea ayo ma twen say John Stones in fear akwa nimu enti nyadga say wamu ebe fa boy anyway ama say Turkish club Trabzonspor wamu enso say wamu enya John Stones on 2 years contract wamu epa enano pay as free agent na wamu any Brent kasa de mate and say anwe ya within this week ni say bibia to toma wano John Stones ebe tu akota kina for akwa Americas edi ama Trabzonspor bobo kono Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund no wamu enso aputo restrictions on anase simple no wamu edeka over $200 million into new signings no ebe too complicated until say anase for no enso ebetimi apesika eno enso betimi etwa wamu ka $200 million no ni nyina aye financial situations and amasa Saudi Public Investment Funds no wamu enso other restrictions ama anase bobo kono ne ewuramu ewo omaya eno aye Saudi Arabia no ne yadema tie for se uramu ewo Saudi wanuma ababe tomu sa Brentani day enso ene limani ndiaye onu aye juma ema Everton Al Hilal for HSA wamu enya koda no omo pe after say omo esani Crescencio no omo say ehia another young and talented player we betimi abo omo ntene limani ndiaye of Everton onu efis ne Ghana wonu mum ena say Al Hilal for no ania bre ne say Al Hilal for no prepare an offer omo adekwa koma Colombian captain Luis Diaz omo chasam omo ebama no 25 million euros a year 25 million euros a year and omo ready musa Brantona ebetimi achi omo chasa sika omo de euromu awa Bayern akwa for Brantona $120 million I know enso between 120 no ekoko $150 million omo adekwa for the Colombian winger nanum and a man for Alsace ebisa sese uramu awa Bayern Munich are they prepared simple now omo ebe jai ama Brantona akọ anansa womo enso ebe kipuno o bobo kwafene Bayern nemum so aba kwa naso wankono womo Al Hilal for na asen Alsace edin kama with different wingers and opay dia mate enisem Brantefene Pedro Neto onu aye adwuma ema Chelsea no Al Hilal for Epeno Manchester City and Liverpool munyina ewo mu a womo Chelsea womo enya Brantefene Pedro Neto mo pe but yɛse Hilalfoɔ no ɛna ɔmo ani abere a wɔn ɛne Chelseafoɔ edi nkɔmɔ yɛse personal terms ɛkura no wɔn ɛne abrante fene Pedro Neto awie £425,000 a week ɛna ɔmo ɛde ɛma abrante fene Pedro Neto a yɛse Neto nso no ɛyɛ excited about the deal and the move wɔwi anim sɛ ne entourage no ɛbɛhu ha wɔn bɛsi afa so ɛne Chelseafoɔ edi nkɔmɔ ɛno ɛyɛ kakra ɛba yɛde ne nyina ɛnso ɛma mu ɛwɔ afiri kɛseɛ so Napolifoɔ no ɛyɛ interested in Benoit Badiashile ɛne nti ama Chelseafoɔ nso ɛkyɛ sɛ sika sɛsɛ Como ɛde ɛfa abrante fene Chalobah no ɛwɔ fam ɔmo ɛmfa bi ɛnka ho Como ɛde £25 million plus £5 million ɛno ɛyɛ add-ons nanso Chelseafoɔ no sɛ so ɔmbɛtɔ no ama no akɔ a ɛwɔ so ɔmo ka ne nyina ɛbɔ mu which is £30 million ɛno ɛyɛ kakrafoɔ no ɛba Maxime Lacour nso deɛ teɛ ɛne sɛ abrante no ɛyɛ Chelsea player deɛ aka ɛyɛ official announcement jersey number 25 ɛna abrante no ɛba bɛhyɛ 23 or 5 jersey number 23 anaasɛ jersey number 5 ɛna ɛyɛ likely sɛ abrante fene Lacour ɛnso ɛbɛhyɛ ɛwɔ Chelsea wɔn akakye Bastoni ɛyɛ player wɔn asan atarget no aka ho ɛna deɛ mete ɛne sɛ wuram a Alex Scott ɔno ɛyɛ player ɛma Bournemouth no yɛse Chelsea ɛde new bid ɛwuram a ɛno ɛnso ɛyɛ over £64 million yɛse akoda ne deɛ di kan aka kyerɛ Bournemouth sɛ wɔnya Chelsea ɔbɛkɔ na mmom anɔpa yi yɛbisa papa ne den ɛnso ɛne Xabi Alonso sɛ goalkeeper number 1 ɛbɛyɛ hwan ɛbɛyɛ Robert Sanchez anaasɛ Mark Pandes anaasɛ new goalkeeper ɛbɛba ɛna ɔse positions no wɔni obi a wɔ start no every position no obi a ɛfight nti wɔni number 1 goalkeeper but deɛ ɛbɛ anɔpa yi ɛne sɛ abrante fa no Ada Gule ɔno ɛnso ɛyɛ adwuma no nkurɔfoɔ no asea target ne the Blues ɛkyerɛ sɛ obunya akoda no a ɔmo ɛpa afi yɛse Chelsea for no ɛbɛyɛ signings papa but yɛka Ada Gule asɛm no wura mu ɛwɔ Real Madrid a ɛne anɔpa yi good and bad news kakra ɛwɔ hɔ ne nyinaa ɛne sɛ Real Madrid boboko no reach an agreement with RB Leipzig for Ivorian winger and den ɛne Yan Diomande deɛ mete ɛne sɛ abrante no ɛbɛtu ɛde akɔ Madrid within this week akɔ ɛne medicals na for sign contract until 2031 na deɛ ɛba ɛne sɛ Real Madrid boboko no ɛde €100 million ɛna ɛsane abrante no from team ɛno ɛnso ɛyɛ RB Leipzig ɛkɔba ne saa deɛ a ɛne Madrid for no ɛyɛ very busy ɛwɔ this summer transfer num kukura yaba Denzel Dumfries ɛwɔ hɔ Yan Diomande ɛnso adwane ɔmo Ibrahima Konate Bernardo Silva ɛna ɔno Mourinho nankasa ɛnso ɛka ho bia wo pushi so ɔmo nsa betumi ɛka Rodrigo Hernandez Cascante no ɛyɛ adwuma ɛma Manchester City the Spanish captain no nea se Rodri no Madrid for no nso ɛne abrante no akasa ɛne City for ɛdi nkɔmɔ internally no yɛse Madrid ɛne abrante for Rodri awie bibia na yɛse Rodri no ɔbɛkɔ akɔyɛ Sergio Kwepo ɛwɔ Madrid ɛnɛ anaasɛ ɔkyena nti mpanyinfoɔ ɛbɛfa saa akwanya no so ɛne abrante no asenya finalize bibia na mmom adeɛ baako a babɛtɔ twa ɛne sɛ Sergio Rodri ɛkɔ akɔyɛ no ɛbɛma no atena fie for about 3 months a wɔntumi ɛnsi akan ɛma either Man City or Real Madrid so ɔsaine ɛma boɔ mu a but Madrid bɔ wɔkɔ ne sɛ so ɔmbɛtɔ center back a agye Raul Asensio every club no because center back sɛ ɔnom no wɔn dɔɔso de na ɔsen mo ɛne obi ɛte sɛ Eda Militao abrante fan Antonio Rudiger mo ɛne kyɛ sɛ a lot of guys sɛ ɔnom a center back position wɔn say so ɔmbɛtɔ bi aka ho deɛ ɛne agye abrante fan Raul Asensio every club no ɛkɔ ɔno nso ne yɛsɛ boy no ɛyɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔbɛstay afight for position but Franco Mastantuono deɛ ɛbɛkɔ loan na Benfica bɔbɔkɔ no ɛne Madrid for awie bibia likely sɛ Argentine guy no ɛbɛkɔ Benfica na afei wakɔ akɔyɛ adwuma ɛwɔ hɔ Fulham Fonso approach Madrid for abrante fini Gonzalo Garcia yɛse Alvaro Arbeloa ɔno ɛyɛ coach ɛma Fulham no ɛkyɛ sɛ boy ne ɛbɛboa no nti wɔn Fulham for no ɛpushi so ɔmo sɛ ɛbɛka Gonzalo Garcia mɛra no pɛ deɛ mete ɛne sɛ bibia bɛdepende on papa ne din ɛne Mourinho sɛ Mourinho ɛsanction saa move na ɛna ɛbɛtumi ama Fulham for ɛtumi ɛnya abrante ne din ɛne Gonzalo Garcia unim sɛ abrante no ɛwɔ training grounds ne yɛsɛ Madrid players ne nyinaa wɔno ɛna ne physical condition ɛna afei so no energy no ɛwɔ soro nti ama Mourinho ɛpɛ n'asɛm nti sɛ boy no ɛbɛkɔ deɛ a agye Mourinho ɛnso asanction wasea kan ɛde akyɛ abrante fɛ no Eduardo Camavinga sɛ abrante no deɛ nya deɛ sɛ ɔbɛhia no because ɔno no ɔhwɛ amfifiri no ma players ne ɛdɔɔso ɛna akukudam so awodman obe use am more than ono Eduardo Camavinga enti so obetena one function team so when you enough playing time minute no ebe kakra bia se manager directly and waka acha Branton din any Eduardo Camavinga but Camavinga ne de e person fighting for o stay with Real Madrid Bobo Kliasi Mourinho any beji pass all the superstars no ebe stay enti se Branton fini Camavinga e person tena oni problem nemum wo mana ya we se nya de so benya more playing time Arsenal Bobo kono are ready to make Branton din and Vinicius Junior as their highest paid player. £400,000 a week. Wamo edi Emma Vinicius Junior. So or join area of Free Madrid and join wamo Arsenal team na. Wamo edi Baman every week PR. And Kwabani Saudi and HSM. Wamo Arsenal for Abakosemino. Wano and Ababe the highest paid player. And I pay their mate. And it's a Vinicius Junior. And Mikel Arteta didn't come out directly. And my sources are indicating Vinicius Junior. So the first conversation with Mikel Arteta no na a very positive yes the Brazilian no and so I excited with Arsenal one long term project one episode no Vinicius Junior ne no one HSM papa ni den and Mikel Arteta any junior akasa ye pa nemum clubs na mienu and mu enya contact they mate and say one Madrid team no HSM ampa one so atete e social media so and you ko internet so ajiba bia say Arsenal for Vinicius Junior. Wamu say, wamu dia Junior no, wamu ane no our contract until 2028 and 2 years contract still na no. Our honum tisa we a club na open a branch na a 160 million euros. Anything less than 160 million euros no. A bad thing at the amount that particular club. So benya branch definitely Vinicius Junior. But I no pay yes Madrid for no. HS so muka kwesha Vinicius Junior. One in the entourage na fe. We didn't come about a branch no. Ni future so better and I say Obeko.
Right, we've got an update for you just into us on Vinicius Junior's future, and Real Madrid will hold further talks with his representatives about his future this week. Those discussions will centre on finding an agreement over a new long-term contract. Arsenal are interested in Vinicius and they are monitoring this situation closely. Sky Sports News has been told that Real Madrid's proposed deal to sign Yan Diomande from RB Leipzig has no bearing on Vinicius' situation. Manager Jose Mourinho wants to keep him and the club want him to sign new terms.
Ano aye Branton din and Vinicius Junior wano so no nsam kakra anopai efi Arsenal Madrid wamo aswaye eba but the amesiate and it's a Kwabani said Junior no Madrid for ready so beton na enye Arsenal nko a and ombewura chase deal num yase Bayern Munich fon so actually say womu enya Vinicius Junior mo penti anwe ya na Bayern Munich for akwakoton Luis Diaz, womunya sikana, no modi biya kanwa kwa Vinicius Junior. Yes, no so Bayern Munich, wamo enso ensheshia, wamo asha se Ali Hilal Fonso echa so munya koda no mopa, womunyina ani abra enano pay, yadini yina enso ebamo ewa fidikesi so, enti ese Al Hilal, Arsenal leading, and Bayern Munich, Bayern Fonidi say, womunya Vinicius Junior, Michael Lise, any hurricane wani one ma cash ano ebeshe Manchester City a branch of Josko Vardiol are completing a contract extension no diaka media worker dia mate NSA enchakra Manchester City for ebe unveiling a contract until 2021 with salary increment a branch and Josko Vardiol enso anya Manchester City as well Alvarez determined to join Barcelona na yasa branch no prepared to do everything possible to make the childhood dream sample a better reality and TSA club and so a club woman so enya bread on which is Barcelona name the club Atletico Madrid and I imagine say ebe keep boy and ama Alvarez akache Barcelona for say wakacho mo say ne plans and so ni Atletico for ebe kasa na fe waba mountain ababe another public statement ebe pushi transfer into Alvarez there when I join say Barcelona na and obeko Kunde ebe return to the natural center back role no say Kobani say Arahu every Barcelona in this summer nemum dia mate and it's Eric Garcia so no ewo around yes Eric Garcia betimi akwa right back wall e dia ma Barca team no na ene na Barcelona A2 akwa England akwa start wo pre-season training no na yes Rafa Yuste and a lead delegation alongside Hansi Flick na fe wo mo enso Romuleta and Joan Laporta ebe dwani omo ewo England nemo Macandre Testajan enka squad a wamo basafo ede ekod ho ni nyina Anixa Brenton Ajax Amsterdam ene no edin koma enwo be nya so be stay na fi wa finalize details with Bobo Kofi Ajax Amsterdam a long deal until the season end and Brenton from Rafinha so yes say we returning from injury and likely some boy no ebe join the squad Hansi Flick edi Euramu ewo England Fermin Lopez and so a player yes the injury no will recover very well into squad no wamu edi ni tin ebe ka ho Uramu ewo Arnold so wamu asoya wamu so edi ababe tumu say wamu enya Brenton Bruno Fernandes Manchester United captain wamu epe wamu pese wani Cristiano Ronaldo eye adwuma ebobu ewo Arnold ho ena Besiktas enso so munya Lukaku wamu epe eye 19 million euros ena say Besiktas team no wamu enso edi Euramu for Lukaku unim say Qatar club aye from Al Rayyan wamu enso say wamu enya Brenton Jadon Sancho wamu epe eto wamu so shase edin kama na nanu Saturday ena beto dwa say Uramu ewo illustrated sports wamu illustrated for them and so I release the top 55 greatest footballers in the history of football and according to Sports Illustrated no wamu chese we are say top 55 players no we are say footballers greatest of all time Abrante Feno Lionel Messi of Argentina Diego Armando Maradona at the 2 Wade Pele at the 3 Frank Beckenbauer the Kaiser German guy no one also at the 4 Johan Cruyff Netherlands what a 5 6 Zinedine Zidane France Ronaldo and so at the 7th and Urama where Ronaldo Nazaro Delimo one what the 7th and at the 37 Michel Platini at the 8th Roberto Baggio at the 9th 10th Alfredo Di Stefano and for 11th Garincha number 12 George Muller Paolo Maldini at the number 13 and for number 14 Puskas and the number 15 Cristiano Ronaldo greatest of all time now according to Sports Illustrated wamu chese wa Brighton etosu 15 na wamu chese 16 Franco Baresi and Zico at the 17th George Best at the chese 18 and 19 Marco van Basten and 20 no Eusebio wamu Dawson enye Izekra the lines of Romero mo Andres Iniesta at the 32 and obi at the Hristo Stoichkov at the 38 afei Kakamo at the 42 enye Izekra Kenny Douglas mo and when Rooney munyina ewo mo enom enso Sports Illustrated woman so top 55 greatest footballers in the history of football and de amamo enwa Clive Friendries across Auckland City etna ho Emma Tottenham ebo mo 2-0 Ajax Irene 2-1 Etia Burnley and a Feyenoord enso Eshe 2-1 Etia Rayo Vallecano and for Entron Frankfurt Irene 3-0 Etras Trabzonspor and a Kazasloha Sporting Club etna fie Emma Inter Milan ebo mo 2-0 and a Rangers enso and West Ham game no ekwakoye 0-0 and Venezia 6 p.m. wamo and Galatasaray ebo no china no pa 9:45 Western Sydney ewo Australia wamu any Chelsea for and so Kofi engine so na no pay amano nsem no yem fence na fe ne bedwafo emfa de aka entwa so emati for no mo no mo you good sound pa now can work up no ahwe yeah now ga say nti mo nyene mo yo yate Zabi Alonso no obeya adwuma no e ma mo nkra obeya adwuma e so ba Kofi dura abono fo so ne ntafo game no go yes 2-2 say last year ye show mo last year show muna this year ya win you Kofi ya win you cry it's 2-2 say 2 years in emunti
nchire wachire ma
say ya de ntia
wachire ma we grama players ni kaba ma no
98
wachire ma say go yes as is it last mo de wona mu kro ne say mo ntimi nhyɛ ya abena baba jinga mutim ma ja dewe enkane na brusan ne me de nya japade We say good morning.
Good morning, Kofi Tagor. Bibi aye boko pa. Of course, ye ba be adwuma.
Enya ba se ne
ne aba me guso transfer no me twetwere bi ka ho because wo ho a na foforo betum and bia so wo background nze nye transfer ne transfer nye player kwa ha ne player kwa ha edi enti na wo ko ho edi na si ye what does it enti ni nyina enti na ese de bia no ye tena se aye den uti Akwaaba sports na bibia timi ye den kama
yo ene ma ye enti we moda ho ma yisi
Kofi Tagor nkomo ne doso enti ye be bona 11 na sisi ya hwe animu now everybody is talking about the fact say Abi Leipzig bought Yan Diomande for just 20 million euros from Leganes and just after one season Omo turn the name Real Madrid 120 yes, it's a very good deal for Leipzig now Piqué crowd or say munja Real Madrid no monto because say o to players and nchire say o dey waje trophies in the season and kasa be chase but you see I understand when it comes to transfers say rival club you might not be happy and you always want to find a way out until I understand what top players are winning trophies but don't forget it is this same model and Real Madrid aurania and so top players normally fix you almost squad no in the last 13 years Real Madrid they are just Champions League 6 that is the entirety of Champions League titles at Barcelona in its history anamebwa or the last 12 years so up to players officer top players are here no at the Champions League 6 it is the trophies about in the Champions League
okay.
It is the same model normal run and let's be very honest there is no team in this world what the luxury of finance are unspending team be anyhow
yes
now you see football teams no almost supporters I don't know whether some because of me hypocrites and me delusional because they say A today they do B
yeah
and the PhD for no mo for PhD letter no almost some player number 1 omo chiri ni po break trust na so omo na ja tumawie omo ni de ya Real Madrid abe snatch 2 nyese omo pe player nti omo betua sika bi a eye crazy na to them no say sika na Madrid dey ko na crazy but you see so obi kura bet me akasa about transfers any crazy amount market na say the nkrofo kan no Kofi started from where nye PSG and then they are saying different thing again Barcelona Kofi ni enim so omo the academy ntete enti omo nto ana meboa but we realize ended up Barcelona beto Griezmann saying Barcelona to I mean Coutinho saying Barcelona to Dembele saying but you see there's no team who the luxury of finance obeka say on top Arsenal na never transfers and crofosre omo pa so Arsenal dey bi omo ni ska Arsenal ba ska ketwa Kofi sika ba Arsenal ho no auto Declan Rice and 105 million pounds Arsenal ni Chelsea co player ho na Arsenal fa because Arsenal sika ba Arsenal ho no Kofi signings o maye in recent times bo ketwa Zubimendi nku 70 enti obi eni ho Liverpool to Mohamed Salah ne bo ketwa bi from Roma yenim ne story omo to Sadio Mane yeso Liverpool so under Jurgen Klopp omo to na Liverpool project no utu say economical they don't buy by heart Kofi and a slot by one season Liverpool take 120 something million pounds or the akoto Isaac Liverpool sakoyi say retreat for Liverpool sakoyi sika 160 million pounds or the aton wine vet Darwin Nunes oko 100 team bi eni ho gisa on kan okre a wo wiase mu na sika na abasa de pe na Alvarez ebete enti no grane say team bi eni wa what the luxury of finance be na adwen say
obekibu sika na
da And this will be spend there. Of course, it's true. Say, auto players ni we are unye. Football, no, say because of its politics, we don't have patience. And yes, sir, Obian says auto players for fra. And interested next season now kwa jini.
Yes.
And interested next season now kwa Champions League. But with time, say coach need to make sure mu ye obiati ni rule ase. Na ultimate twiki chinchim nioma na team ni set up here. What started say all dominate here. Obian team break you.
Yes.
Real Madrid started so auto Galacticos and cross 3 or more. Got the cover 4 seasons. But team ni see so no. Omanji Champions League says. Omo na ye the Champions League is omo so omo nyibida. Natural money at the end. Kabaham. Omo kono omo Champions League individual player. 5 ni says. Mebwa. Enti ene ya Mbappe mo about 2 seasons. Amanfo asere omo yi. You might not know. Ebi a team no omo hihye wi a. Said the emire bi Ronaldo mo dey inquiry from 2009 2014. It took them 5 years. Mbappe mo 3 years kra nyamai. Enti so bi tona was Kenibia. Because for Barcelona, and then wato Adeyemi o. Omoto no wato Adeyemi. And a wato Gordon.
Yes, Antonio Gordon.
Ye nyina himself Lewandowski ko Barcelona here striker. Mebwa. Someone to striker. At the end of the day no, one the best of her.
Wow.
Good. And obi shisheni there is nothing wrong in fixing your squad. Ana. And it's a Real that Thomas Kukereya. Wato Dumfries. Wato Bernardo Silva. Wato akaba kwa fam trim Konate. Majority of these players in Nanso no Barcelona no mo pema na no mo mpem mo ndi omo nyanko me dey nti say na that what is the difference nti say when you omo a then you find a way say we dey ube yi you ho ano now there is Yan Diomande anameboa nti that is how politics in the transfer window net one way ya say o to no bi nta obema na yet say to na o to ne say unim de adisika ye but say any pan say duru ne so obe den obeto ho na asem no now that is not my main point Kofi meaning so already I'll be Leipzig model now more running no in fact that is what I want to talk about today.
Okay, because
say them di kakache will say for Leipzig omoto Yan Diomande for just 20 million euros under 1 year. What my team here making sure so more turn for Real Madrid 120 million euros. And that is a very good deal. You see, everybody is talking about Nebo, but nobody is talking about how RB Leipzig has been able to refine the player. You never know Leipzig, Leganes. But about RB Leipzig, how they've been able to refine him. Amane, do you think it is by fluke? Orban, he was rated just 5 million euros out transfer market. And then the transfer market value is 90 million. And the club will not put it in something. And I'm gonna be a quality. If Real Madrid the 100 plus 20 million in add-ons kono mo di boa. Sa PSG 100, any Liverpool 100. And say we dey no mo nim nyansa say player na ni bo nduru sa. They all know say the kind of qualities that he possesses to contribute 20 goals is the 6th rank players who contribute to most goals in Bundesliga.
Wow.
Again, player ebanu duels no one winning 437 and duels so the ahoden efa nti se ball no twe kra na duru ba bi otu the ahoden na wo de awuram ono no winning the most duels nti technically open player bana petra yem play ball fan kwa ne ho in the Bundesliga season it was him.
Wow.
Again in the league only contribute to the most dribbles. Look at the gap for a player on 115 completed dribbles.
Wow.
Only say you news or dribble completed just 63 into check margin no. In the whole of Europe, player or dribble more senior Lamine Yamal 127. This guy 115. Check a slight difference. And again, he's among the 5 fastest players in the league. And about the pace, no 19 years. Do you think he's going to cost cheap?
No.
Alex Scott 64 million pounds rejected. Chelsea so the best 70. Or more with him in Alex Scott. Here, player be a body home. Alex Scott over bottom off. And that sana transfer net here. Timore was in the player 90. Obende. The Biamaka say player whether or deserve or no deserve. No. Who determines so be deserve kebi no be deserve? It is the selling club. Me na me buy it. Dia me di beje no. Onto akọ ana omo de 100 buy lives go motoy. Omo nto se ko. And let's understand the transfer say transfer no wona wo ba beto no uni price the selling club in the price. And whether wo beto ana wonto ko. Now the Leipzig model, Kofi. You see, no matter how they've been able to refine Diomande Kofi under one season na so wahwe I'll like since omo ba Bundesliga in 2017 season yao 2016-17 season and yenyina yenim say club no Red Bull for no omo ye purely business franchise and omo ye business oriented no omo ba say yes they are not necessarily coming to break the Bayern Dortmund duopoly no derby but they are coming to compete and not just that make sure say they will buy less and sell at a higher price
and Kofi
Tagor it is the same Dortmund model even before so mobile na Dortmund now so means can they are almost overtaking Dortmund because 2017 I was looking at the list of players Kofi Tagor this Leipzig Omotimia Tong and think about it Josko Vadio omoton Man City 90 million euros omoton Benjamin Sesko Manchester United 76 million euros omoton Dominic Szoboszlai replace like say in 2017 on mobile football no top flight Dominic Szoboszlai 70 million Xavi Simon to Tottenham 65 million omoton Dani Olmo Emma Barcelona 61 million Christopher Nkunku omoton Chelsea 60 million Naby Keita omoton Liverpool 60 million Timo Werner omoton Chelsea 53 Ikoma Lios Openda omoton Juventus 53 Konate 40 Upamecano 42 and see here Ademola Lookman Tyler Adams Alexander Solet Mohamed Simakan in fact players are me refi bebre kra omo free omo franchise omo nyina so ye onyini low on turn high and clearly their model is working omo chere sampa omo ba for business and they are really in it in fact omo ton coach ton sporting director unim say time omo ton or they say Nagelsmann from Hoffenheim Leipzig Ayrton ama say Germany you say Bayern Belgiska enti so hwe omo a Max Ebel cry nei Max Ebel nane on sporting director or ton Josko Vadio Man City that time and nei omo de nema even Bayern say Bayern nim say papa ni adwuma no Belgiska enti omo no udi agora nkonya nyina omo ton ama enti omo ni abre pa and their business is so fine and beautiful and nei the 19-year-old young Diomande Kofi, he has become the first Ivorian to play for Real Madrid. Na me no be din komo bi. On say Cote d'Ivoire for ne Ghana, particularly countries now West Africa na. Your stories be brave say. And the minimum asemi ameba be majority of us can relate. Na in fact it is about Abrante and the young Diomande Kofi. Adie be chiama Cote d'Ivoire for Aqua World Cup na se no o true letter na ya to ne dear Roxine onuaba no 15 years last year obi dia duro egu nsema ne num wuye your friend Roxine nti omunko World Cup no obi ani agya nkrofo prepare no Kofi okohye dem see ni trase no o start say o true nsem e dia mani nua na ewom se wawu but he wanted to pour this out and Kofi ne nsem ne is so touching to the level say my career you might not see this guy the same or say dear Roxine remember when somebody bought me a fake United jersey and I wrote Ronaldo number 7 on the back with a black marker. Now he's talking about sa jersey we didn't know rich or poor, we just knew happiness. And he's trying to remember time when now on they live together whether was kind of I mean happiness was all that they cared about because at that stage it's all about happiness. Remember 25 people sleeping in one house back in Abidjan. Mom wanted to watch her soap operas. Remember how I always used to fake like I was asleep and then go into the TV room after midnight. I'll put the TV on real low, just like 2 bars. I'll watch football in the dark and dream. Or say, or Kaiwo Nyane say, and Chayakra. If you're mutim, of course, Ghana can relate. Compa has Nipa 25.
Yes.
Okay, so no mama mo koda o feki se wada omni se wada no was sneaky akwhye ho TV room na on person bette se wo hwe ball nti no wa low na ba 2 ba pe nti wonte na orange na o dream say in future he will become one okay ni nuaba because ni nuaba no hu sa techniques na o use ofie oni na. Remember when I got my first rare boots and I say that remember when the adults saw me playing football in the dirt and nicknamed me Roberto Carlos because of how hard I would shoot. And remember how I was secretly so mad about it because CR7 was my idol. I say, Onianen Kakama na obon futuro mo ball no.
Yes.
Na in fact because of how I know ball shot and panso all lives in all ball shot to papa the left and the right in nyina. Now because of the shot into my friend Roberto Carlos. I'm the friend now on me react but ne bufu oni because Onianen nim say ne idol CR7 of course waka say between CR7 and Messi ni nimbo but on no dey na idol CR7 okay ni nua no owie no say remember when I got my first real boots and I used to sleep with them growing up I always played in those white plastic sandals even when I go home now I still play in them. It is our tradition. Or say on kai oni anu kai say time na osuano Kofi na oto ne rare first football boot man no okoda na ode go na ode ne tiato so because no on share boot ni bi da mfuturo mu na no obo ni nyina no nuaba ne kai say no share white plastic sandal uni mpabo akro
go slow
ahamu friend go slow yalla am say for friend kayas sampabo we hwe bi na ma dialo ba Cote d'Ivoire na no no hye no Kofi de bobo so emu de twi break tu nti wase onuaba ne kai we na na no hye e de bobo now enei also remember how we used to sit and dream about moving to France. How we were going to go shopping and get our own apartment and I was going to be rich and I was going to be a rich footballer with cars and big houses and I wouldn't have to worry about nothing. You were the one who always believed that I could be the next Cristiano when everybody else laughed or say Oniaba na nka we Cote d'Ivoire from because of French nti omo pe France kopa ti do obobo Cote d'Ivoire bia ne ultimate dream ne say obekọ France nti Oniaba no omo timi ka ball ya ubo ni ade de empire ne say obekọ France ubenya ska ye be si fie ye be to cast that dream now onu Oniani dream ye no and Oniaba no de bia so nam otimi ka hey me no the whole Cote d'Ivoire ni mbobo obeba be see Cristiano Ronaldo o say nkrofo siri ni nuaba na say o kasa even at such young age but no nim say the whole way so bia nyini ni nuaba na yeden eginidi o say remember they took me on trial at Bournemouth, at Chelsea, Rangers, Olympiacos, Crystal Palace. O say hanyina o trial so to a point o say Eze Olise omo ba na nche be catch say hey uni bobo papa na wo future unim say sa trials no call Bournemouth, Rangers, Celtic, Chelsea, Olympiacos, Palace nyina hun Eze ni Olise wo ho no o manfa no Tagor from there but they still didn't sign me. Even the big teams in the MSL want me. I didn't even know why. Also I didn't want me or call MLS of course. US Kobo mu B teams ni be there are pictures to it. Man sign on. And I understand because at the time he went alone. Again, apart from any age or a French boy or say young. Now on Tibrofo. And the fact is never doso or Tiwana and the visa expire so they have to come back. Obi a wafa Chelsea ni ade wako back to Cote d'Ivoire. Or say Oba no. You were the one who or say my visa was up, my dream was over. They sent me back to Africa and we cried together. Or we say you were the one who never stopped believing. A few weeks later, I signed for Lehanis and we cried different tears. Or say Anche no nya Leganes deal no. And from there it was tears of joy. Now we say that was back when I used to have emotions. Now I don't feel anything. It is like I'm not even human. Since you died, I'm just blank. I don't even think. Or say I don't even think I shed tears the day they told me that you were gone. I was just shocked. Or say it was few weeks after I made my debut for Leganes. Who made their debut against Real Madrid? It was a dream. Now he's talking about this. Or say the first game of boy who making the debut for Leganes, also could beat him. Senior team. It was against Real Madrid. This is what he's talking about. Na nipa do say na nya sa kwanya no. Kofi or making the debut year. Don't forget say 2025 nkomo ya na yedi o. I picked up or say and then it was a nightmare after say when you dream a debut no someone kept calling me from back home I was annoyed. I didn't understand why he kept calling me. I picked up and they didn't even soften it. Who did you Kofi Tagor? Korea Kokowie Kosi ye. Also pick a call no your sister is gone. Who you know? First question as my can't know. Who you know? No say what? No say she died. That's who you know. No say what are you talking about? Also obi the drug who you know say mama nanom wo. You were 15. Then you know 15 years. I never got any answers. Be see ne kwan fa so any ade and say akwade onim so be person obe ebia envy, ebia whatever. Now he wrote all these things and then said, you know what's crazy? After okay, mami mbra say kakra. Now in explaining all this, or say now everything that you said, nyoma na na mabonte eka. Okay, ni nuaba na say okay say mrebi no mu hwe TV ena Kylian Mbappe bobo no nuaba na say Mbappe onimbo bo but unimbo bo say Mbappe na so o appreciate player bi as still huni nua na say onimbo bo say Mbappe into o say ye World Cup no ye ne France o match se Michel Mbappe a meka say we ya kire no okay say Ronaldo so hia no a abeka say we so a kire no enei owie no ka kire ne say I'm going to do what you predicted or call World Cup. I swear. Before even I had rare boots, you were telling everybody my brother is going to be the best in the world. I'll prove that you were right or die trying. Your brother. Now, and your man in your no. And they bomun kakran to the level say Uncle World Cup. No, he cited said a Droba, Gavino, and Yaya Turemo Kobo World Cup. It is a 10 now. And they Yan your man the Kofi and yes wako World Cup na bakeke onua no wa ha ko want to be the first Ivorian na wa be den okotima ni the Real Madrid and the story is so touching nay or he is on a mission to make sure say I said any nua can say is the best in the world no if that's what be man boom and now he will die trying and now it is about a mission for the dead and nay ni nua sama inti he's going to give his all so this is Diomande kakrebi on Vinicius Kofi and even if I open the mirror front page transfers no so always say here who is on the top right now Vinicius Junior because the whole of UK everybody is talking about Vinicius and it is because Arsenal are really serious about him. You see say player tenancy am a contract eka 1 year all the potential suitors teams say a believe is omunya no bebu anyina no one possibility say possible say player no bet me free club no because Vinicius contract negotiations no Kofi has stalled for 2 years and in common year dinner beduru ha no it is not going to be easy contract our match so Vini wants 30 me say no na report free Spain ba say even Vinicius himself Kofi 30 nya gross up a net salary of 30 million meaning says scanning now kabo me be 35
yes
now Madrid feel say omuntimi ntra 20 from 15 on me man 20 now Vini 20 no and nay or matcheswa because said your no aka he wants to stay. Madrid wants him to stay. But Sikasemo is something completely different. Meaning what must say? Oh baby we be a odon pa. Kofi Tagor. Mamon siro. E be a odon. But we Sikasemo nye. So obi was cano isu Range Rover sisi adai no ba oge no ho. E wo mu say odon ba na do. But Sikasemo ntia say o ma ba na ye den. O ma ne ko, wo ma na nkokura we ye ba ifo. Sa. Na ma ne nko. Odo fun me no Kofi Tagor obi eso ma ne ko. Release cross na ba. Manem ko Kofi titi sikasem de
o man anko sikana
se wo don nti uni hwe dabi be obi abadada wasi ni fie o Range Rover
be man ton no this kana ma na
ozi dabi se wo doba no wo doba ni nti baba ni pursue in the future manem ko
okay
because man anko we be ifo onno no utan no ana Kofi obi ne buy out clause aba obi the release clause aba what we dey eti obi betimi a peso stay but sikasem nti no obi ko Saudi Arabia cover ball ana nka kesensio sama vilo sa enti now sikasem na de situation na ba beduru ha and say when say time is running out because aka 1 year na Vini contract na yeden awu
okay
now obi aka 1 year na awu na kire say as a window we close a January we betimi negotiate as a free player and now the time is running against Real Madrid. And it is Real Madrid that will have to do what? Act fast.
Yes.
And from where I sit, my position is Real Madrid no deadline because omo ye bidder in the past Ramos no ne ade so omo ma contract omo say contract ne valid till this date so obesan one sign they will do what they will sell you what I say enti omo ma na deadline this omo ma na deadline na duru ho na still on renew ya because Real Madrid for me sure say omo dey 2 years on be come come the account they fear because of 1:1 rule financial fair play the players they are buying and obi aboard think about it say Vini extended no free 15 kwa 30 Bellingham extended obe free be 18 wa akosen Mbappe extended obe free 25 or 28 no akosen and they don't want omo cap they don't want to spend to the level say beduru ba bi no Barcelona de ni bi no omo sika sem omo akokire omo and Real Madrid for no they are not going to top up it is either Vini accepts what is currently on the table and now so man the deadline say on beton in any case Arsenal security omo be ba to Vini no any problem but would they be able to match the Vinicius Epenana first of all even the 30 million no any possible Arsenal will not pay when him say in Arsenal's history even the 400,000 pounds no at the Telegraph reporting Enra say it is a money they've never paid for any player before among player on board there was 350,000 Ozil and Aubameyang and Saka best and in the contract I got 365 so 400,000 on Mundru and even if Arsenal are going to pay 400,000 pounds for Vini, which is 470,000 pounds in euros. And then in the whole year, the gross salary at Vini Tias here was Arsenal Obenyam Pono 22 million euros. Now in UK, Macasa the tax system is huge, and it's a whole even 22 or now Madrid so about 20 was paying now. The Madrid 20 was paying is better than the 22 now be you UK because we be tax when you be buy house no. Now akabe 18. And this is the situation. But now Arsenal are interested. Initially I thought PSG mirror phone crowd throw the same thing can but the PSG they no any possible from where I sit and say Vini prefers to play on the left. Meboa. Yenina said Diomande na PSG etono no. Bakola they want him to leave right. Until Diomande unse or left winger. But he's so comfortable on the right. Until man for crowd you almost say naturally a right winger. That he's right footed. Right footed players need to operate on the left, right? Until nka Diomande PSG nyana. Obekwa he. Obekwa ko ball right side. Na say Bakola free man. Or no need way echo the other side. The reason why the PSG ember for Vini ne say left the horn unim de obo Kivicha Kvaratskhelia yes and you so who Kivicha Kvaratskhelia they will not spend around the year say 150 as na Madrid so be can 1 year but they will not spend damn huge amount for what I say and maybe Arsenal na real option because Arsenal through Sakwe and for the players Arsenal do much even the man they crop here call maybe Abakola na so no mo hwe kakra Nico Williams kakra so they've shown time and again so mo here obi a that left so Vini is suitable and now Arsenal said they are the only team in the race for Vini now and I think that Real Madrid should set a deadline because window way close and one you are tight
you may I say I know I Hussein Adams and Oten Kassaman on insem what did the SC kama IEC yaba na yakwada 30 kama ocean na otimi edini diama wo wia na yatiasi fie na fisem yitimi ede atwa so aha Akwaaba radio 98.1 channels here live YouTube Akwaaba 98.1 on YouTube Akwaaba 98.1 cause it's a show no live oba kwenye bi no wahwe odowa na Isaac there be only meaning ya semo say we say from sa so na zongo anyeresu and stand up here na your friends dey Kofi pra that's why I say one so kan china gu
zongo anyeresu zongo you are not afraid debi akwala ya afraid asembe kure zongo anyeresu debi afraid
ndi si sanity
nko mikro me se ba bia ne ha di anu maba
drop kwa
za di anu maba o si di nyami jamo me comment pa why serious and I'm normal Richmond for the past bear 1 year mranti awu okurum ha no Kofi mranti awu okurum ha no for the past 1 year what the Richmond they to so a obehu ade
na wana I suffer ya nesa
for the past 1 year first 11 for the past 1 year mranti awu okurum ha
ni maya o
What's a papa for the natural and the when you out to it.
Be time. What the
keeper? Not first 11. Baby,
sanity.
Could get you. I said, many.
You, young performance.
Dear, many papa don't know. I be our boutique.
Yes,
it's time collection.
Yes,
dear. Richmond, the Finney.
Oh, number no paying us a Tadia. Cafra. You and the Ocean.
Tagor.
Never now, I agree.
Tagor, not the idea.
Oh, dear.
Tell me, Yamatre. That's it, we are
now call it the Bibano.
And we are the Tagor. It's a man, Yamra. Come here, Gunsaka. You're the answer. I said, the idea. That will be the idea. The old son of Prado piano.
You man, adding Nancy Mayer.
I did
Mr. Problem, what's it? Tutu or move to
Hey,
oh, some audio.
And one I don't know. News, you know.
And I'm a court in time. Someone's a man for post. I'm saying, no more can I say much baby and us and the boutique in one of them. And I pay and I'm anybody. Hey,
the boutique, you know, for the past, I can say more than a year. I won't be.
No month now is the first, but you and see, Ocean, what into
as a radio. I don't wear the coffee.
Yeah,
as it were then so months. That's it. Tagor,
ye.
Young Sassy Ransom. World Cup air competition a change careers. Now mama kisa statement no happen.
A trooper.
Yes. After the 2026 FIFA World Cup no. You witness a lot of movement baby and during the World Cup no. You will movement baby revelations. Any idea? But Kofi. One of the breakout stars. World Cup we won ya so fa so pa assan shebre goalkeeper friend Jose Ivora Diaz twanitia friend Vozinha 40-year-old Cape Verde goalkeeper na say Kofi report every transfer news no ba no say was signing Ediama, the biggest football club in Chile from Colo Colo,
yeah.
For 18 solid months. So 1 year 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was in they pay a secret also Ediama Colo Colo. Now Kofi all signed contract no so. He was so emotional. Colo Colo football club president no kra na o console no pattern no sa ne ade. Oh yes, so emotional. Was so many ni nyina ekoko. Na Kofi see, you understand Vozinha why he was crying. Because of the warfare. Wabre pa. Na Kofi before the World Cup. No onyo bia or football mu.
No onyo bia.
I tell you, Kofi Vozinha.
No club, Anna.
No more club, no a clubless. No need team. About 2026 World Cup for America. No need team. No a clubless. No on attach. Now Kofi. Huh? Who World Cup we are? The red goalkeeper Vozinha Oba before so Oba. Kofi means Robert Manka say we have 1,000 footballers could be a money. 1,000. Who players 1,000 will be a money.
A pimp.
Be a money. Be any no. Now Kofi after World Cup we say we be global superstar. Because of the fact that before the World Cup, who call the social media pages particularly Instagram. Now the followers are only 50,000. But then Kofi, we are talking about Vozinha. The followers and 29.5 million. He is the most followed goalkeeper.
Oh yes.
We are saying. And Manuel Anoma ye ni mo kotoa mo ne ade Mark me yon more any so more popular Gigi Duraru Mamono. Say after World Cup na Kofi ade barely 1 month be na boy no. Vozinha be breakthrough aba be followers Edison omunyina. Odi ano beto nchen. Asem bie don so bebre bie kwan bebre e de ama Vozinha. Ame nei. When the standard performances are onya ya. An opportunity to even meet the FIFA president. Gianni Infantino. Anko no ko Infantino no wife. Say be anko di kuro nke vedo ha. Oko shi ara Infampo. Ama Gianni Infantino requesting to meet him. Our born abaso. Again Tagor. Say uko island of Guadeloupe. Say the kuro ni out of Vozinha. Say free kuro no Adisa Vozinha.
Oh, okay.
Osan called the street of Santiago Island. Say yeah, the need out to akwan bebre so
wow.
World Cup in ama Vozinha faso. Ame nei. Before World Cup no anything but onye adwuma no. World Cup na an opportunity ama the biggest club in Chile aba befa Vozinha.
Kolo.
Yes, Kolo. Now Kofi, another twist from the story very inspirational for BOT and Opebia to learn something from. And I say, the story no, it has similarities with Benjamin Asare. Story no. What over Benjamin Asare? Benjamin Asare breakthrough no so came so late. Asare story no Kofi me basi na me dream one mentia so that is why now Kofi downplay na me ni omonya ade no. Obi a obo Great Olympics, how the Great Olympics are require relegation. Oba House of Folk. Almost your mom fano. Oba be chere House of Folk place ni wi no. Enti po bi my ono kra no. Oma ma na ntra ho. Almost so obey group na baby a majority of the group no one obe say omo. I mean more accusations are a report You get a point. But within a short time, Benjamin Asare at me and you call up to Blasters. After the first season with House of Folk, I was a fantastic season. Akwaaba Blasters and in a more so say Corona number 1. At the end of that World Cup qualifying games, I keep clean sheet bebre. At the Akwaaba World Cup, Akwaaba World Cup games, Kofi on the keeper. Kofi in the first 2 matches, no keep clean sheet.
Yes.
And clearly, I trust Benjamin Asare story, no? Kofi is so inspirational about late. Now, in link to Vozinha, dear, no? Kofi Vozinha ever World Cup, we were 40 years. In football contest, say, because a player be the 40, it simply means the career now. Say, because a player be the 40 years, not just say, then you begin to discuss the retirement.
Yes.
Wait. Oh no, that I've been over retire. Oh, that I've been over retire. But at the point where all hope are lost, at a point who is any carry an about the downward slope be able to way no Kofi. When you're the breakthrough. And to the lessons we can learn from Vozinha story in Kofi, don't give up. Would give up and see. You just give up and see a come there bed deal. A compa, you give up and see. Don't give up. Yes, don't give up. Send your TMB Agovi until your last breath on this earth. Don't give up on your ambitions. The the story can flip, the story can change at any given time. Never know the way you're bedding you. Renado, what go brave do man? One you wake up and Jeffrey. It will be money give you up, no being give you up. A year with hard work. Who the same one day no. Be able to make assassin at the amount. You say finally, player now or them Edema Kevin Vozinha another club lesson. After World Cup breakthrough no. They say when your team Kolo Okobo. Now Kofi. The notion and the perception about the Premier League is doing more harm to certain players than good.
Samum.
Yes, than the Betoma in Yama Baby so no pay. Say Kase Kwakoto player be a Premier League more. The first thing that comes in mind is an ordinary. Otimamika. And I want to.
Yes,
yes. Say you could play 98.1. Yes, Premier League na physical league.
Gas it atam na Messi na okọ Paris na be muka Chelsea na for Chelsea na say Chelsea if you want me more.
I'm for me so about me more. Messi league, Premier League want me more.
Yes.
How many Premier League be who say see including Akwaaba, the greatest manager of all time, Pep Guardiola. Be Premier League ni mu no.
Yes, want me.
The Guardiola here when the coach mu nyina, amo say aye. Now they prepare ball we no be da ba on style of play no be da be successful. Ticket Premier League there. Premier League there ye mo be pass ball ho. But Guardiola came, saw and conquered everything. Now Kofi we Abrante and Angelo Stiller 25 years. Mr. Akwaaba to Germany for Akwaaba to. Germany for Akwaaba to. I will see a kind of Stuttgart. Now, report about it says Manchester United for. It is so likely that Enkwasi week area no more quarter than release cross of 40 million. Could be anyone can see me. Anyone can say we Akwaaba to when they see Akwaaba to name with Germany.
Oh, be pa. Oh, be serious.
Yes. And yes, United for show interest. Already rumors about banning at the Abat. They young how serious a story but an open command but didn't in Germany or newspapers am reading it. I say United for consider about Angelo Stiller. Now, Kofi so here Premier League now. So when you're very careful, what the physicality of the Premier League, you know, and you go the talent of some of players be. Abrante for Angelo Stiller 1.83 meters or 6 feet tall. Until it is a year, got a height another year. But the weight, you know, for 77 kilograms.
77.
Yes. Until the more kakra. Any idea? Now, Uko Germany, last season, he was one of the best performing players. Only 20 performing players in the German Bundesliga. Per research away on the 7th.
Oh, okay.
So which means on your standout season. Now, Tagor, by statistics, Abrante and Angelo Stiller about 2,746 minutes. 2,746 minutes.
Okay.
Now, also 2 goals as a defensive midfielder. And only 8 assists. So for a defensive midfielder to provide 8 assists, let's say. So he adds something meaningful to the team's attack. Not just in the defensive phase of the game can be contribute to. As well as the attacking phase of the game. Angelo Stiller to me here be Papa the man. Now on your ball recoveries and our ball regains of 427. And to call Germany one, or mom to me regaining possession on the 3rd on the list. Now on my tackles of 180.
Okay.
And on my successful passes of 1,885. And on my 29 interceptions, grand draws of 238. So which means the performance no Ukraine na I was through year Angelo Stiller. Now, Kofi baby sound saying style of playing at the same. For those of you who don't know the guy, Kofi on your physical. On that physical imposing stature to say be a Moses Caicedo. On your physical to say be a Casemiro type of defensive midfielder in But Kofi, or a typical and proper dynamic holding midfielder. And that's why football is from a traditional defensive midfielder. Yeni momusa ombe tackles omukura that physicality ombe interceptions ombe breaking up play nemo so omoje ball ni wi a omo nshada enye effective game no enti ene coaches ni dodo na enso double number 8 for no enti ukọ Paris Saint-Germain na the thing enye defensive midfielder. On your typical naturally defensive midfielder. Sana Joe Neves or number 8.
Yeah.
I mean, who's number 8? But coaches, boom, because of the style of play and how they want to play up a control.
Okay.
Now, or you press resistant. You can't say player be a press resistant. Now, just a Kofi so press na I didn't so suma fidi abengano. So what do you say what press no obe biti press ni easily. Now, I say deep line playmaker. You can't be a deep line playmaker. He controls the game deep in midfield with the excellent technical ability and the creativity. Again, Kofi or a tempo controller. You can't say player be a tempo controller. One on a control game, no.
Yes.
One on a tell the direction of play. On a tell say you can't say like you speeding up play and I slow down and I able to try and find one idea.
Okay.
Do a tempo controller or say a progressive passer. The passes, yes, no passes no do not call any idea. Then excellent passing range ability 25.
Okay.
Yes. The passing range ability earning 89%.
89.
Yes, until so dina chiri no ha akro bet me locate you pass no. E de oh onimbo. Yes, onimbo.
Sir?
Yes.
Okay.
So the perception that Premier League you know ahode I don't know. Ye ni mo bi akofi players bebre na mo nya dra. On be successful.
Say say jene ho inu akeka ka answer.
Mesut ozo na no ho nya.
Ayo na binya no asem na ekan.
Na so onimbo.
Fair what take chire mo na pass o twa long pass na kosi o sin na se phone. Ye nyina e wa.
Oh, bon pass oba.
Oh, there binya sana. There be the whole can e pese oba league ni ma ye hu ni sa.
Mba hu na sa.
Ye pese bedu na o ka sam foforo.
Kofi o left footed o.
Na za de bengba bia ball.
Masa.
Ade.
Oni ball bododo.
Yo. Ya wa ha.
Ndi Kofi a very good player. Nti mama for Premier League ni me hu ano.
Yo.
Mesut Ozil no David Silva no Manuel Mata no nyina na mo nye den. Be successful. Oh Premier League. No Kofi. We ask where I wonder. Upompo. People have already made their choices. Inti aduma bi awoya no Kofi. You need to believe in yourself first. Go obetuma ye di obebi obetuma confront mountain Everest as from yo obi a making it obeka still a wonya de. Ronaldo ni Messi debate no. Anka uwe mpa anka nye debate. But Ronaldo fans no ono nye di o metre wi ma kire no. O metie records bi o. Oh few. Because we're making a stance dada. I'm making a choice and when I'm a pay. You see, I think that we are not being fair to Rodri enough. Yes. I say a man legends no dino. I tell you, here Tagor, Rodri, he's in the same bracket of the greatest midfielders of all time. I tell you. Mama my fat that Vinicius Junior Ballon d'Or na young farmer no na recommend me mo hi there be. The comparison be started. I do Rodri compare Sergio Busquets. Now I'm two different midfielders altogether. Now so far individual ability Rodri is more of an all-rounder than Sergio Busquets. Because Rodri was athleticism,
yes,
or physicality, on in passing, on in tackling, on in shooting. BBS and midfielder obey the amount. Or we also or some control the tempo of the game. Some Rodri says, oh, the amount Rose control the tempo of the game. No, Rodri best I didn't in the amount. But if I say Sergio Busquets, that defensive midfield role, no. That deep line playmaking role, that is the area of speciality. And the about strength, physicality. Ultimately, for Busquets and two Rodri are more physical than Busquets. Yes. Because Rodri, he can fit into majority of every system. Be Rodri could be successful.
Yes.
But Busquets in your system, be not be successful.
Yes, Rodri is make us 2022 World Cup. That's no man about defense also.
Yes, no team boy or team didn't grab actually defense. Any idea? Luis Enrique.
Yes.
And time no. Now, achievement. Busquets won the World Cup.
2010.
2010. Rodri also won the World Cup as a captain. Euros. Busquets won Euros in 2012. Rodri has already won Euros as a captain. Tamana Murata Tibe in January yes. Captain. Now Kofi Radi Ebu Hase. Hey, Adia Ma Rodri. I am Miyasa man for a sleepy on what he's doing any. He won the Champions League for Man City for the first time. He scored the most decisive goal for City to win their first Champions League. Zabono against Inter Milan. Rodri
okay.
Rodri Kelly.
Okay.
Kofi Ewe Champions League on the best player. Oba Euros. I just spend about Euros. Yeah, we are individually on the year in so day. Best player. What about World Cup? Or the spend say about the World Cup, I'm saying is about best player.
Oh, what happened as it?
Now the amount of ball no say Kofi. So what football about ku say moi. Aya personal accolade no and time from defensive players. Mpempi no akwa the man attacking players, strikers. But for a defensive midfielder to put up some of these exceptional performances, individual performances, no Kofi. I think that say Ebia Onimbonson Iniesta, Onimbonson Pedro Crana, he's in the same bracket with them. He worked the discussions and now compare great midfielders. No Kofi young respect no.
Okay.
Mama seconds do ada Roma. Is it Kofi you to see so I want charity here.
Zamomo.
Yes.
Nyani na nefa.
Na let me yama ni akumayo no.
Wo je ni campus na yi. Wo je na ni se ni bra na wakoje World Cup no.
Oh hey ya we skeri. Ibrahim Mahama wa ni ba automatic ni ba skeni. Mahama ba se Mahama wo na. Akure ni hwe o. O ibro. Edno ba very day. Kofi. Aya, asene dey do be mu ade.
Obi was 16 years.
Elon Musk.
Now was 16 years. Na dey adwuma na now ye.
Na shedoma.
Okay.
Na shedoma.
You.
You Tagor, ma me re nwa no pay. Na brabo no mu odere.
Mo.
Isefo.
Amonya pusa.
Whatever. Ma me ngene mfo ma nti. Kobi. So say Abraham every young do Monday. I join Real Madrid. Now, if you understand football, I transfer dynamics as here. Uber say, time regulars for rejecting Liverpool offer. Now they knew what they were doing behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
I tell you. Because player no crumble to the noon to a car say, among teams now more fighting for the signature or preparation in German.
Yes.
Just that naka club to club negotiations say enyan siye. Aye wo mu Real Madrid for a proto transfer coup. Ah jacket down as say yes guy no. Omo ni na wi a okosi akan for Real Madrid. Na Kofi there e ma deal we nyina happen ye. The Rock Nation Agency. Agency do man no rich any pictures na better so. During World Cup in a game Ivory Coast won against Ecuador. Ana Jay-Z about. Na Jay-Z and Rock Nation for penny ana Rock Nation agency ni ene de. CEO.
Okay.
Ona Rock Nation agency ni ene de. Na Kofi on be share yo mu didi nkomo no ano. Na me sense bibi say nkomo mi akoso. About this highly rated Ivorian winger, Yan Diomande. Now, you see, football, this goes to the upcoming footballers. No? Ampa, and you play behind the agency Bimua. Wakon any man away think a say abo.
Yeah.
But I tell you, so Kofi, Ubay team Papa abo. Ubay think a say abo. O carry an Bakon and impact expectations our here, we agency in our womb. No,
I know that
play 90% row. 90. Omudi Abramayan in 100 premo. Agency now Kofi one. And then define how far you can go in your career. I tell you. That be a made Joe Felix example. Joe Felix since he left Benfica, or more about Papa Bia.
teams are getting go
a player they bought him for a fee of 130 million euros from Benfica to Atletico Madrid. Obey no floppy. And he was okay. They go Simone system in it. And the uncle teams are maybe almost style of play any attack any idea. No, call Barcelona. Anye you amo. And over Chelsea. Anye ye. AC Milan. Anye ye. So regardless of the fact that your fellas ne carry no call for Milano. Look at teams are no bo. AC Milan, Chelsea, Barcelona. Baby, I know on them because of agency now. Oh, Mendes agency for just if you take.
Okay.
And today be and when we do. And today, so far, branch of a young man da. The agency now didn't hook up bomb that rock nation. No, woman I heard man. Aqua Johnny or this year.
Oh, okay.
February 6, 2026.
And
yes. Already no. Omo Vinicius wo ho, Gabriel Martinelli wo ho, Endrick wo ho, Lucas Paqueta wo ho, ne Chris Richards, other key footballers bebre so dey. Oh. Nti agency ni Kofi.
You.
Omo aboa no.
Martin.
Kofi omo na play key role abrante no say kwakobo e dey ama Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's see. Eno I the tactical man Ocean. And now ten and cast man on insem what in nchirem is Shannon so live. Oh, yeah, YouTube Akwaaba 98.1 on the YouTube Akwaaba 98.1 cause it's a show no. Your live for back when you show nibi. Now I show do na also to me actually watching come so it me that fan sama hodwa and pay ya the amount. Na the esa what na otimi atipina. Na ya ba start e the free Wafcon I say ekoso Morocco abontesa noa ana jumedi etimi start 2 matches etimi ebaso abra ese Algeria and face on your mind your friend Senegal at the premise so we no Senegal for elusu match no 2-0 at the mind your friend Algeria and anyasam kitokra and no china channel sample and host nation for no a bon on atwe anwumre and omutisi omuchi Kenya for e so mokane 9 ama Kenya mine omantimi antibi eno aye first games eno etimi etodwa honsam no yede amount and na pay and there's a group A matches and first games na ebo wie no Morocco for the host no omo edikan omo kota 3 points as to sumi no aye Algeria 3 points Senegal to sumi enso nya babia na face so channel so Kenya eto so n9 aye se wono so eni ababia o yede onsam yede amount nene 2 matches etodwa group B home na say enetie 5 pm no South Africa and Tanzania and Airborne ana afi so bo 8 pm Abricos ane Burkina Faso so ade bepem so ano aye matches etodwa Wafcon na aye se no a etime start here Shannon so sample Ghana ye babo e match ano aye 29th of this month ano ebeye 5 pm ana ye ne Cape Verde for no ye de bepem so ena nyina no aye Wafcon aye se etodwa Nano ana sports minister honorable Idi Kofi Adams at the statement at the Babonte the message more him at the amamani nyina say Ghana for be million be nechi and he say omofia ayi so matrom support no at the amamano or chese 2025 omatimi akokodin etime kwaje bronze no at the amamai no or kan ada chom say Ghana for nyina e support omo say omanyire omo ho na this time no yentime enkofa cup no na qualification to Brazil 2027 abra ye say FIFA World Cup na betodwa no Ghana so yebetimi akobo sa World Cup no bi and the sports minister honorable Idi Kofi Adams said the statement about Bontin messenger I say what the the Black Race of Ghana ahead of the Wafcon I say nanwa start and then matches no be onyanka so bakode nti the tuja here matiwa and this sana is a honsam as etiana pay ya the amount e Akwaaba radio 98.1 na every Black Queens aswe na yenani enkopiemo our national under 20 metre memma na from meno ka se team no enkopiemo our Africos we no aye wafu zombie championship aye se ekoso ho no Ghana ene ye boy first game ye ne Nigeria mine ana ese ye de epem so dendenia no anya asem kitokra Shannon so match no aye 2 pm ana kense ni etodwa we no aye zombie aye ese etodwa ho ahon samna no pe ye de amount entine ye bo ade te Nigeria 2 pm no na ye hwe enim se nyame ya doma eye 30th no na ye ne Burkina Faso and ye 6 pm and etodwa ana amfiso Shannon so sample 2nd August no na ye ne oman aye friend Togo so na no so e da pem so and so aye game aye 2 pm ye betimi yi samaches ne nyina etimi e de fro na Shannon so coach aye se ogiramo e de ma national under 20 boboku no aye coach Maso Konadu wodin koma akra toja e de afa na game yebo e de atia oman aye friend Nigeria ɛno etoja 2 pm ɛyɛ wafu zombi a kensia ese Ghana fonyina ɛwɛ nim sɛ nɛ ebetumi ade nkunu we ɛne nkɔma coach maso kɔnadu ɛde atoja ɛde afa ɛne game no coach yɛntiwe.
The boys are ready. Matches between these two nations is always a top liner. We haven't seen the team yet, but we think we have the boys who can really go out there and defend the flag of Ghana. We are motivated because it's Nigeria, and I think they will also do same. I mean, matches between these two nations, we all know. So let's see. I think the best team will carry the day. Nigeria has always been aggressive. We are all aware. Let's see how our boys will respond to that. Maybe circulate the ball a bit faster than the threats they pose for our team. We try to, think ahead of time, think before they act. I think that will be one of the key areas that we have to exploit. Did a lot of work psychologically to, bring the boys up to this competition level. We know Nigeria are the defending champions, and we have to, work a bit more harder, to dethrone them. So it's going to be an interesting match. We'll give them a very, very good match. It would have played a role, but come to think of a Ghana-Nigeria encounter, these areas will not be that important, provided they decide to follow tradition. Matches of this nature, it doesn't matter the level of who is doing what. It's always very, very competitive. And I think the Nigerians will throw every arsenal at us.
We and then some coach Maxa Konedu wadi atuja ehon samano yedi emau enano p na oje squad ahore ayese wode kogremo o tournament ratata zampa omani abra omwe nim ze kono omokono ometimi akokodin etimi ede ama oman Ghana enya sam kito kra na rate hamede squad na masisi enti Ghana for beso mo squad iso de ko shano so Shaibu Rafik Isa Sasso ono ye goalkeeper Imano K Ajman wono aye defender Sasso ana Boniface Blay wono so aye defender ho ana afi so Bahama Isa honestly defender Kofi Junior and Kuma honestly defender Sasso and I'm not to say Humid Fuseni honestly defender Benjamin Chivanyo one a defensive okay also yes defender no match go say Chivanyo nya defender and I'm feel so Abrante friend Samuel Asawa na say Asawa yes also a defender home and I'm feel so Mrante bi say Osafo entry Kevin and Kroma Sasso Anna David Keke and Anna Amfiso Richard S02 Anna Amfiso Edmond Amati was say Solomon Tutu Anna Amfiso Mohamed Zidane Asante E Cranton Sasso Anna Fatao Ganium Mnantebi etise Abdul Latif Zakiu Anna Amfiso Daniel Alabi Anna Amfiso Joshua and I say Joseph Badu omo ene mrantia ameno ka say coach Maso Konedu etimi yi omo nyame ya to man ye first game ye bo e te Nigeria ne omo etima kwaso kama etimi edaman Shannon so the Black Queens of Ghana meno ka say omo so squad no penfo tima pound to ma IAC Shannon so Jesse amre bi atwam na ya mo sha na ye srekere omo no esem penfo asesa no IAC Jesse ade call World Cup 2026 FIFA World Cup no and any Jesse meno ka say Black Queens of Ghana omo ekose e World Cup na say and so squad e say coach Kim Last etimi anim omo ye de kobo tournament the goalkeepers no aye Sam I say Shannon so say afi amanyaku wono akambi sasa Cynthia Collan omo akambi ana afi so Osman omo nyina ayi goalkeepers ayi say etimi ato ensa from a womo so eko na wafko no womo timi akoba mama refi sample 4 teams ayi say omo rem our semi finals no womo ene qualify na FIFA Women's World Cup no 2027 because so Brazil no mbetimi akono makoginam maya bi etise Abraham Anoma Opoku Sasso and Alex T omunyina yetimi atensa efremo ana face Anastasia one so eka squad no bi omunyina defenders wo eko Benedict Simon Sasso and Comfort Yeboa omunyina ka defenders ni Joseph na say Josephine Bonsum wo eka bi Portia Boache wono aye Sanhima Susanna Amadria one so yato ensa frɛ na meno kasi wo ene defenders ye hwe nim se ometima kwagina kiro na boss no eba ometima pempem sere bia enkoto goalkeepers no atenanum metfresh no aye Chantal Saso ana Abrin Bedu Grace Asantua Saso and Princess Adobia Jennifer Kujo Princess Mafu Saso and Stella Nyamiche omanyina eka squad no bi ebi etise Alex Kusi Linda Osu and Saso and Wasima Mohammed and Amfi so Sharon Samson omanyina etimi afro ma menokasi omanyina eko na omako girem na ne omasetima koso kama etim da na attackers no yebi etise Abikim Saso and Jejepina Zakaria and Amfi so Doris Bodua omo ene squad coach Kim Last etimi atoro nsafro ma menokasi yetimi apa ho to ma fefefa omo ejiremo nyame adoma 29th of this month no ye ne oman ayefrene Capo Verde ye de pemso no aye wafcon ekoso ekoso honsam no ye de ema ena anopi na yenkopie ewa Accra House folk akate House folk na twawe ena esi omo statement ba bontin omo HS Bosnia head coach anase coach aye semre bi twam obe adwuma Ghana ha ebe coach club Zetama Sasana Bechem United ana face Media Sporting Club no omo timi appoint no sample 2 years contract no omo de amano papa ya jatum se ono so etimi assign your friend Nebosa couple ona me no kase mpenefo etimi de dwumede no e de ama no wo mo etese oyobia ese your fa lances no wakura bi se wonimde wo mo ogire ma pasempo 2026 2027 season so me start no wono coach so oba no obetimi aboa ama hasefo baby ompese omukodu no omo so etimi akodro we ene de friwa ye don sem no ye de amanta hasefo is a new coach omo so etimi aka so ba be adwuma e de ama omo na sha so coach no enyambedu Ghana asisi omo hwe nim se ne anaso china no na coach no etimi aba already shano sample omo ayese has normal onase coach no ba be odwuma no keepers trainer no edika bobo so de amanda se olele ono ayeko keepers trainer so ba kodi edwuma ho a okoboa ama has bobo kuno nyoma se etimi akoso kama etimi de amomo enye ono nko ana ese akoka ne bosa kapo ho se no nso obi mu etise ohwe omo aka na yemfa edini ema na yenkọ eni ne de aka no so yabomode etimi da to aso de ema ebi etise Sule Amadu Saso ana Kresopoku wo nyina ekoka coach ho na omako adwuma etimi de amafobia na ne hasfoku ekoya physical training de etene se Ghana Army for no bi betimi akodwan omo na omo ne has players na afa training se de bia o metimi anya honde ne omo se etimi akoso e de amomo na hasfoku so shanon so bana se FIFA de ato omo so ene ka omo de no de ebane se kan hasfoku tua so omo etwense FIFA betimi akle omo na omo so players ahodo a omo pe omo no na sanis no omo timi aye eno so de free oba ye don sem anopi ye de ema eno se edanche Kumasi Asante Kotoko na atwawe ne beto dwa sempo Salifu Ibrahim ana feze kalaba mankwa ise omo manager HS omo ba mnanti akwesi akan e de makotoko free abrai so omo nyipeni but anopi kwa maye ana feso ye mo HS Salifu HS yes Kotoko fa contact no de but ono de onye na adwense Kotoko no bobo fise sika ayese no wogina $5,000 Kotoko ndimi entry ana amfi so abrante friend Kaliba mankwa ono so Ethiopia ogi $10,000 eno so de eba se na Kotoko amya no ndimi entry anti wanwa na ono so no entimi ankompiem o Kumasi Asante Kotoko we ene de free oba ye don sem no anopi ye de ema ewa Akwaba radio 98.1 Saso ana Emmanuel no wono sina kadma Nation FC media mafonia bre akakuma bi no mawie but anya ne ntia ko bia free doma inkro agopiemo awo Nation FC a say dino isometima ha jacket dina omo abrante no ada so be kodoma ana sempo media man de na echi se no mawie anesa but the corner is say bae no ena beto dwa se o ma twetwe so kakra we ene de friwa ena so nsam no ye de ma stebra man krato aduana FC iso we ayi so adwan tim na o mo guso ahobwa no o mo eye no dende de ahonsam no na pi ye de bi ma Akwaba radio 98.1 na coach Otuado former coach Adam the Black Stars of Ghana wa kwadi nkomo bio na nkomo no wa kwadi no ye nkwete kakra na atwe na san nkomo no etimi eba so abra isi no adwuma de ma man no ye wi agya no kwan no wose de na to no.
Ghana lost 2-1 to Germany in Stuttgart in preparation for the World Cup. The next morning or the next day you were fired, and I have to say, really, I found it harsh. So I really thought, but sometimes you watch games like that and then you think, the coach, he really has to worry now. And that was a game I watched and thought, well, I mean, it's not exactly dishonorable to lose 2-1 to Germany or something. It certainly wasn't a stellar performance or anything. So I have to say, I thought it was tough. Did you feel the same way? Or is there a long backstory to this that none of us know about, where you'd say a certain logic to the whole development follows from that?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been given a reason to this day. And to be honest, I didn't ask.
I was there for 2 years as coach in Ghana. There was naturally a lot of material for discussion between me and our association president, but also the board. And it felt like I could have been fired after just a month. So, but what did they always want from you? Where? What was their issue? Of course, you have to be diplomatic as a coach. That's clear. No matter where you are, even in Germany, I think as a coach, you naturally need that exchange with your, sporting director or your president. It's also, of course, about discussions regarding players. And shortly before the World Cup, it was clear to me that I didn't want to do many experiments, especially in the Germany game, or test this or that person. So I fielded my first 11 for the friendlies before that, including against Austria. That went completely down the drain. I did try a few things here and there, I have to say. And for me, Germany was the dress rehearsal. I think we played a good game. Even if in the first half Germany was clearly better, you have to say you couldn't have complained if you had maybe conceded 1 or 2 goals. But we really, really grew into the game very well and delivered a very good performance. In the second half, we had our chances and used one of those chances. And right at the end, they put another one in against us. But I was very satisfied with that. But I think overall from our president, the expectations were just very, very high. I'm very impatient and sometimes too high. Yes, I think so. It was just too high. We also have.
Okay, Tuado says, Omo Pamana Besine. I did grant you General so Pamana no Monka and Chileno. Never be a mocha. There be Monka winter in General Pamo. One guy was you name India Pam. There be Monka and Chileno, the Dentina Mopam. Do you know what you name India? Now when you must go on Ghana. Now there be an answer on need. Was he at the Quinta Mopamano up to now? Monyanya yi. Ena o chese wono onya coach a obesaye. Ara say assistant coach and say visa. One coach Otuado onya we coach what is that?
A question perhaps now that looks a bit into the future. You really speak with a lot of, I find, warmth about this work with talents, but you have also spoken with a lot of enthusiasm about the work as a national team coach. Where do you actually see yourself? Yes, I'm at a certain age now, and I do believe that I want to continue as a coach or assistant coach or assistant coach. Assistant coach work, I think, will also bring me a lot of joy. And of course, in certain areas, I would also naturally very much like to prove myself as a coach. Building a good team is also very interesting. Yes, we'll have to see. So in the talent area, in this transition area, I don't see myself at the moment, at least because it's brutal. I mean, I'm someone who, if he does something, wants to do it right, and that is just brutally time-consuming. And I have a family, 3 children, have sacrificed a lot of time for football and less for the family.
We and then some coach no odi atuja. And not you or ye no players a who do a many message in a phone or just so 150. Now you see players are wafra more no when you juma than a civiliano. It's me and message a brown matisse and penny for in your juma.
I also find it fascinating because I think you once mentioned, I believe it was on Sky or another medium, after that dismissal unfortunately happened in March, that virtually all the players reached out to you afterwards, right? Yes, well, that naturally made me happy. So I received calls again, I think, in total. I counted over 50 WhatsApp messages because even old players who were there in 22 but aren't now got in touch. Players I didn't invite. So 50 from the players alone. From the players. I'm only talking about the player. Yes, exactly. So even players who weren't invited got in touch. I always tried. Of course, you can't always please everyone, but I believe in trying to explain why one or the other isn't there. And sometimes there are also tactical reasons, but that you give them that respect. For the very important players, I even drove out there and spoke with them and explained to them, or explained my perspective on things as to why they aren't coming along. And even if they saw it differently, I got some feedback, so to speak. They thought it was good that I was there, that I took the time to speak with them about it. And yes, I then as I said, got it back tenfold as feedback.
We and then some coach, or that to Jan 7 dollars and fence and you may buy. Kwame, as I be aboko. No, you have to say you justify your boyfriend match. You need to one. Main team never need to one. It's justify team. From there, no, they be me say coach, boys, no one man be justify no jeb mo kwan mo ko another thing.
Well, if you initiative for anopedi enyes ha say you be say me ho ye no. Entimenye. No, because they go to crew man nyede. Enye tigufi se Bobby my man ebusheni nyina yakọ
98.1
Akwaaba Kofi e mabusheni nyina yakọ Kofi na no ewie game no e ma coach Kwaku dance no ne technical team no e select some place se so munya amre no mo steady place ni ye goes to the technical team no mo fi se place mu na no mo modern money den e was so I think they were around 10 players team they say omo join the main team no now omunya enough time in find them and show mo because we have qualities na equity be magufu na bi mo de no say e time we say justify anga say ade ane ball no e somehow nti say unya coach or eye for quality player ya otum say we or some qualities be e be a team ni be here so anopay Kofi omo join team no if you training grounds on e be omo join team no money team ni nyina na ye preseason no ebom by the close of this week no the technical team free say ba ku mienu miensa nan bi omo free say we mo de after say Simon mo another opportunity here omo no Kofi omo de money ye no ombe ka team no ho na Brikum Chelsea register those players no omo adijuma so far so good the mega say the course e wo justify no as no
okay person be so wow share justify ni bi
oh yes
who players now so far my selector who I'm saying from what candidate
yes this time around mega say this particular year na not justify players more the money was retained last we go yenya bi mo no mo abo division 1 na che e bi e premier players no mo so abo premier ni bi so o hwe game na no bo tum say experience kwa no dey born no was so and o hwe players na selection mo na almost ujina ha ukojina obi anchen o touchable who say o person who say players na dia nipa park na so bebre do team ko che we guy we ni ball no bo at least we team nya be 5 different how obia pointing to the same guy. I remember one guy was starting about 1 more 10 minutes no mini free ball we be an park ni should be free say we in some day until your man say will be chance you mo be me bone man another opportunity because say this time around now guys no GDO
okay so Chelsea plans say they will chire I want to be clear mo be mo start pre-season wa how with them just for the bibia mo here for how long and sana mo be too free and mo too free
well before now
it depends on the
amumi nya obi abetu
come isi minute chama edidie pre-season was say so brekuman bia hwe team ntinya na ye move akọ
nti pre-season dey nya like say mo be call outside mo be no kuruma ya okay nti mo matches ya mo be bo a ni nyina nso e
yeah mo la na some friendly matches
ni nyina nso nkofo na be ba ha na mabo okay so that will be the plan from Samria the league in best starting abey
September
4 until end July so you will be 2 months
1 month in fact 1 month
until 1 month then
the whole of August
okay the whole of August
first week of September
until akabe 1 month some few
days
okay I didn't close kakra okay so my next question among for to ana monte
yes
justify there yate you didn't tell me na Chelsea aton
baba
so far
Ataje ba
no Ataje training
okay Ataje player be no
Paul Ataje
Pando out of line
last season no bo
Pando
okay see first sign here Paul Ataje okay until after no ye hwe ni mu say
yes at least be 3 crab to me
okay now position si be na ye hwe ni mu say best strength because ye person ya TH mu say directional team na ekoni based on normal some co training grounds nkomo amu di won mu agbe famu
defender
Brikum Chelsea here defender as in defender saying center back and center back until I like to say Chelsea be for center back until you train back
because of say Tenedu e pe obiama na be ka
mbefa back Tenedu ko solo tu ko kulu ko mbefa back
abi mo ai si
minimum last near wa na hene no bobi dada na Tenedu bobi wo ko kulu ko solo tu ko say hene
na this guy is me so be say won team bedi akon
bedi akon when timi obi ana so ni kan why Edem ko eti If you dey book am for back about serious because sign enye dey betu now sa place na e ko no soro tubadori ko kluko tenedu ko edem ko enti first regular starters ni mienu ko bench warmers mienu ko 4 enti say who ade a so ade 4
yes be baba
whether I say justified player whether I say new young player so ade 4 she
true but you see this time around no signings no be strategic
na strategic doesn't negate the numbers because someone
at least we say unya unse 4 ko betunye 2 ebe kan ebia
one man o say hene one
then Richard
Ben
I say
Richard
Richard say okay
Richard say so
last is not about infinity
no Bobby
no free bench ban
you was starting
cross 30 be now free bench abasa
Richard say not reliable na why so far unreliable
or they hene na for now more
it is say akatu na 2 no conto say 4
understand
infinity there me there evutu am be mamon say muntu
even justify players na buy example no o cha o hwe mfimfin wa omo bona yes be
ba won't be for any to justify mun fa mun sanche mu boto na mun make sure say because na mun can convince me na mun fa me fit the same because
and attackers baba
e ho na me nyamba ho tell me anam ka say a striker no rest ma won stay mbata so we stay
yeah the attackers ndo bia ho ntia say ade
last season kra na bia ho no problems no kra e dey mpo still na goal scoring enye but say ba kwa wu nti no bia ni ho sa nti still attack ni here augmentations
nyanu say national papa can say 2 and I say that bet me aba
because fullbacks na dey I think the fullbacks
there is one guy
obi ani ni bench
na no omo born national under 19 no guy na say me nya ni dey on e go king no and obi oba best will be ano ka say ball na obo no training grounds no say sa ball no be ball no league ni ma obe solve be Chelsea attack no be 50% their mom
yeah one player no kwa be solve
oh yes I mean that no you talk like me cause obe solve the problem is say unya with the inclusion no na with atukwe ananemo no mo da so animo at least ne and inclusion no be boa team no more go game na oyade
okay yeta na
game na obo ho no because obi oba best India was talking about that particular guy say
na impe training players so
until me ka say the ball na obo no
so the league
or the ball league no go ye bebre obi wa training ground so obi body no and obi so training ground so no omo re but to the next game ni ma
na ma coach say adwuma dey no
that is it. So we say yes strengthen team no.
No strengthen but so far we are not convinced fans ni yenye convinced.
Who say
because mun nyehwe am for to.
I near my papa yes. You see. Ebia names ni nye one no.
Montoy. Ozo se monto ni ma. Monto names ni bo mam. Montoy.
As far no can say ebia o person say bia nka.
Ya sign we. Na apart from Poateje yentewe.
Good na me say ade niema nye ye be say
nye nti am say so far no me dey so far mun nyehwe. Enti mu ye wi a no ma ye
ma una hu say
ye be dia timi say
understand you want ehwe ye ma hu say onye so understand your point. Say names ni bana even names a wonim kra na list
no ye hu say we positionally no say yes understand e be solve omo ni won problem
yeah me no ya adwon because say o dey be ba bon tin obi anim say you are not doing anything so understand from that point of view
because akawa man there
Akwaaba until
at least September we say 2 months.
Yes, but can show is by the close of this week. Ebia some of the names ni be ba say yes. So understand me no ya adwin yeah players ni be premier players ni be ba so
the baby to muntu moto.
Oh we say upon say the baby to ni nyina no yes. Ye team no ebia best strength say the kan no ebia midfielders for attackers unya even ebia center back ba ko be ka omo no. Obi abehia
strikers na obeto no
striker team this year and say players do na nche da nyede fit team
it is last season
so signings need should be players these are
a replacement of Kaka and yes but can omo
be the baby so no dey ono no
me to say but the better me join say every team great to
team here to end so we there the Oji League ni creator
na wo bre
understand the Oji League creator
obru yankoi
mu nyina mo bre na wo de ba no ye din
o de say da be so mo kobo match na me ni obi nton
na no
ni hobi na
o ble
Kofi yeah me sha se mo kwasi Kofi AFCON no mo bonu Women's African Cup of Nations na Kofi mo no sports minister dey let her bet for message say good wishes Ghana wishes you all the best in your effort at the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations. We obeko da ben
onyanka so obeko a World Cup no obeko be tu ja so obeko ndiwe no obeko a be tu ja na
so World Cup no sa me bia no ho da
World Cup na sa wo munyan start no nko
me say World Cup no sa me bia no ho
na me say wo mo start World Cup na so no ko
wo mo start match ben
wo mo open match na say so no ko
the first match no
Akwaaba 98.1
I know
and then man
match 29
and Drew
ntino bi da so obeko da ben ntom fa me tu ja Kofi on timi nkran ka so nko
aden by force na dia so na okay
ntimi ka so
obetmark
ah we den unse edu man so na mo so chief directors na wo
sports na nyom na ise sika no mo we so mo dis kan
na ne na World Cup no one tina ma
ko du fa na de chen we ba
ada na one tina ha ma chief directors na nko World Cup no
this can mode yem fans ma
akula Kofi you see yan wo share ma no well because I know some be yade ache me ma no
World Cup no ko you
na ma no de no na me ma na AFCON qualify na me ma na AFCON no mo team qualify
because some yade
in the first place Kofi omodi kan yade ache me ma no in the first place because AFCON me ma na team qualify e ma na qualify Kofi okono free group stages ko yade ache me ma na
qualification mo be some ko World Cup
the me say team komo na yidi no me say ombe yade ache me ma no and in the first place Kofi omodi kan yade ache me ma no by qualifying e me ma na ntumi an qualify the man qualify no go through group stages kra wa yade which minimum say ma we Kofi ombe kwa tre group stages no be come AFCON ni de World Cup no be bo na man yade ache mu nti ene de Kofi nyina yem fa support and time man achi chief director sika bi eso omode ko omfa sika no nko Kofi say sports minister say onko yemu bi ni problem so wan kokren ha yemu bi no but ye be hadwen pa ne say man per diem qualification bonus because they are going to qualify and some be qualify we na qualification bonus na then are you ready you person that treatment na dey man no Kofi yen come man the same treatment at least someone ntimi kura Kofi emen ho because football no kura ye ball no ntimi nya fair because man is can no be nya bi na manage but Kofi man dey kakra na ho no that treatment na dey man no ye mom the same treatment enye say bi o mom $100,000 ni bi because Kofi o dey say time na right time no dey tua member ni sika na mom Kofi o for the same right time tua man ni sika so mom so mo qualify
okay
they are all playing 90 minutes e tipen fo agoro ntu ye be ma no yonko me ma no kobo na show ma wa ya de e ma no so ne yonko ma no bo no show ma Kofi wa ya de men ka so wo ne be ma na kobo ye nti wo de mu ade nche Kofi da bi e tipen fo nti e sports minister say eye so de message di ama e ma no Kofi ye nyina ye for support and time manage you know say sa support no munya ye memo ni nya World Cup no for radio station bia Kofi tim betena 2 am 3 am na mo ye commentary ya da na mo ye commentary
World Cup
sa understand Kofi ye mfa sa na bi memo na AFCON ya come more than 30 years o ye nji bi o ya come more than 30 years nti man kokwoje omo de ne ba Kofi omo abehye ye ni munyam so Kofi ye mo ye nhwe na ye mo sports minister ma so at least ye mu bi ni free select to ya che ba izi odi aba Kofi ya under 20 call up under 17 for list Kofi mistake pa me yes na no under 17 for mo
yeah abimo squad
yes na me pese me nya that under 17 list no
abimo squad
na me hwe ye transition the way transition here then echo we have always say pese nya the solid under 20 na de bi epena say a transition from under 17 to the under 20 this time around is here under 20 call up no na say under 17 for na ba last na no adam ko no Kofi bi o that is what we want to see
okay
proper transition and koso with these two national teams you know and now Kofi my list ni ma we say youth football ni there a free and koto ko ne house no
asama to mo koto mpanifo na mo koto mpanifo be ra konya ndat mo de abo
na Kofi tompo when ka jo say
na nya mo na mo say mo koto players o mo ye world class players say see o mo nim de
Kofi
and that one be na play and that one play be no nim de
Kofi
ye
ntu fi say we say be free Barcelona Spain so for Spain be Fran junior team under 20 team na Real Madrid ni Barcelona play anka
o mo junior team ho ayi so mo so bo
na me bi sa say That's na me kan no. E ho na me kan.
Nti o ka se kotoko ne has no mo ne junior team ni bi.
E na me chiro kotoko junior team ni bi.
Obi on.
Kotoko ni junior team ho. Omo bo third division, yes. Has e wo bi. Omo so bo league. And Kofi the way I say under 20 ni junior teams na ama sade we e koso no. Now your team under 20 call up, no house player, no kotoko player. Na Kofi we a club to say house no kotoko. Under 20 we play ni we da ton player nyeska. Under 24 no we play ni kotoko player ni house player ni. Kofi I'm telling you say and the house players na ho no bi no ane bo be dia under 20 player da. Kotoko players na ho no obi no ane bo be dia under 20 player da. Ene broni to player or the age ni na eto. Nti akola Kofi o ye 17 years 19 years omo no mo bo no eden sankola na bo na be gino mo so Kofi it's time say kotoko ne has ye ntutu ye ni mani na under 20 teams no ye nhihye ni mani o say Caleb ne hwan
Salifu Ibrahim
omo bo no efa
Caleb ebo Ethiopia and I so cross Cyprus Kosovo ba to ba yeah Di Maria no say no
omo kotoko ne has no omo kotoko no na omo kotoko ni because sikana ye de man o
$5,000
Ethiopia
yeah Ethiopia no Caleb lege $10,000
$10,000 a month we dia grow how
you
Kofi you see yan kan okran chere big clubs no teams no omo bo no Ethiopia no nya teams akese bi asa o
Arsenal boy Ethiopia Kofi is saying
Kofi oni Danlad
yeah Danlad is in a contract na aspire in this way free agent this year
Kofi Ethiopian Kofi hono ni Danlad o Kofi say wa $10,000 a month yet ya kunkon the biggest club o man we mu akora ne say kotoko ntimi ntua $10,000 ne
nyanya no kan kotoko betimi tua
e na me choose Kofi o ye kesi a o ye one ma se kesi o na o pese okobo Friday Champions League you can't pay a player $10,000 a month Kofi won with team ntimi ntua $10,000 a month obo Champions League final da
has money kotoko mokobo confederation
na Kofi sabe na has mo start so mo confederations na TP Mazembe money ayi for no Kofi omo no start so mo tua tema has ne kotoko start so mo je no ana ska nwura ball num kese wo Africa no Kofi TP Mazembe for ne LL for ne disika be wura Kofi has ne kotoko for no wo yifa bi
mate me da
teams no akese no na ya akokodi mediema wo hwe kotoko signings hwe has for the omo yesisi yi now Samuel Tinedu say du sana hwe kwan a o get closer no comedy ma
already in the contract
Abiana asen sign Abiana for Steven Amankona Abiana for Samuel Tinedu if you look at Shoka mo look at the signings na Abiana any media man for no so if it tells you that now it's not about names enye ye ne aye we atwam ye ne aye we atwam do say we are sure say Koto what has been to dominate Ghana League 5 years abela team bi NGB da
okay
supporters ni so mo say sadina na amo ye atwam no mutimi G League ni 5 times 7 times Kofi are you sure say Kotoko ne has been to dominate 5 years now has a 5 years on the trophy da Kotoko a more than 3 years on the trophy da so ask yourself as a house of folk Kotoko supporter say the way we see your club in 5 years and has G League to this time around the media ma ni ebiana fo ye Kofi has betumi ne Kotoko betumi be G League 5 times at was be
you mate me da say why e da say pa na be na who say
Kofi
yeah
we have a lot to talk about. Na in fact, Black Queens a man who saw the list never. Good Pafi Amanyaku, right? Amanyaku. Yeah. Mahu Stella Nyameche.
Yes.
And all the girls. And yeah, Talmuchi, of course. We wish them very, very well. Say women's half corner on the Kwakoti and Nimpa Kofi. And I saw something. Oh, I think we are Twitter. And I say, hey, where the Jamamonemia? Nano na me by can say, yeah, mano, Jesse Dadano, and near Memana call work up Abano. So, and one of my share. No, but Jesse Dadan Begina, almost ye. But then where Black Queens, the one that we talked about, near princess, in the year because a bedroom baby no ebia and penifone the ana baba ten kwadana the store and my inti I am my update ni hu say sanyo ma we nyina no obi ade aba what I say because and two had yet me and your mabasa, but ye caught to South corner. Won't mean for young quaff con wabra. Oh, yen say Jessimuno, and I say they are Kogu and Wenibas internationally. I'm a Riasiama in Tibia. That was what forced them. I don't know, but it is good. Some man so they deserve better.
What seconds been down Brazil one.
Okay.
Na Brazil na yentwas. Enti aya Akwaaba radio 98.1 Shannon so. Okay. Na to you. Enti
Kofi Tagor. The ten say.
Enti yeba na we say edede aka na to aso de ma Akwaaba radio 98.1 Shannon so say we know Akwaaba sports arena ananopi ye de ma Shannon so nduba na ya page mu e free to medin say we pen de aka no yetimi e de amount abrano p ye de nsem no ye de amount say yeah
nti de ten say Black Queens yeah we sure more all the best yeta omo achi omo nkono omo nkote anim we been good we been fantastic in recent Doris Bodua form ni ade so we were born no aye born ni ade a bibia che say there's peace, there's harmony, and we wish them the very best. Of course for the football administration right from the sports ministry the babe drew the association, Ghana Football Association there, we expect their maximum support for the Queens because money there you are responsible and when it comes to said the Moyema Blasters you are obliged to show the same level of for the fans in here the football no women's football in develop at the same men's football means what must and it will be only hypocrite and the Becca say yeah said oh yeah because the level of attention the value of the men's game sika women bibiano at this juncture it grows time by time when you introduce women football so you need to understand say and appreciate that for and those people who are even listening they know say they be a try you can manage them but how many times do they put attention pay attention and I Ephraim po and say the men don't know country yeah fracture every about women's football so it is just natural say grow through certain picker you will appreciate but for those who are applied to show the same level of support, you know. A man no credit needs that more because women are so emotional, even more than men. Now they are job sometimes they need support. Sometimes we hear the same bika. And for those who are applied, yet you are Kofi, they are obliged. There's an obligation to make sure say on be sad, you know, or honor. Now the Ghana under 20. Kofi, ya match na koso ya musokuro. Na say koso ya chire ya. Ya ne Nigeria. Of course, Ghana and Nigeria there a rivalry across all levels. And this year no mo be bope emu otene. Ade ba kwa ya me pese ehu ne say coaches na dey adwuma na mo no. These are coaches that we here. Nim say omo ye the best in the country. And yes no mo say dey adwuma na mo a. E was so omo timi live as such. Hwe Spain for no before say omodi adwuma no emma prosper nete your friend say Spain coach in this De La Fuente no or one that 20 ni ade no nkrampo no nyamba senior team but with this we mu dia ko senior team ako coach unim say Masokura do coach Blasters and assistant coach my levels kotokone those teams and this year the mawa please my level no in show tournament na say means what must say my level no in show our tournament and I said put that aside. Ogum the under 17 ne call. He couldn't convince us about Jeffrey himself. But you look at the pedigree of Ogum any BBR you expected him to do better. And it is either they didn't do proper scouting or it is either he didn't train them well. Meaning what must say because Ghana there under 17 under 20 abundance of talent. Maybe when we own reservations about you under 20 under 17 collapse because when him say since I kept TBC so as FA president I've never seen a single under 20 collapse I dream FC play any be that from no kwana wo team free so besi so besi ne me who see a year collapse under 20 about from how many years now by 2019 BC 8 years every collab Jesus player under 20 level I don't want then no yo say be omo nbo be share that ball or you share that boot ana be anomo nbo omo ya de ana every collab every collab so ya de and me want me reservations about Sanyo man you put that aside We were talking about transition, and for a fact, because my heart, Baku Krenim, under 17 from Baku Krenim. Baku Krenim. Yes, Fales Tenetoso. Baku Krenim. Maybe the reason why I'll take excuse and they say, Ogun tournament was in May. That was just 2 months ago. Yeah. And these are under 17 players, or maybe how many years? 16, 15 and below, right? So based on that, if you overwhelm them with matches and tournaments and preparations and training in your man, it might not help their transition, because for a proper transition, say player under 17, you expect say by 1 year or 2 years time, and they be progressive to the under 20 proper, right? And with our system, we've not structured to the level say Yashisha VNT from this and they under 24 year as new as the under 17. And the Omunyina give you opportunity to U24 level, no? In the under 20, maybe in future, because almost consistently from Kagawa Mufi under 15, no? Omanaba under 17. Yeah. But then Omunya Drew, maybe now, so maybe under 20, because it was just 2 months tournament, and then now almost about another tournament. So for a fact, Omunim, but you look at the squad, another reservations. I don't understand why. And right to dream for no, they used to complain about this long ago. Have you asked yourself? Suddenly they drew under 20 near there. Yenim say obi no okuta the best of academy. I say right to dream. On play I am friend that. But the bedroom senior team no place the nimbo nebo. What you hold that? When him say kwala be right to dream player back credit.
Yes.
But other academies, any dreams FC, omu woman omu. But sakeno so say fe ni bi dia. Because some player woman no onima. Because they no oye den bi be ba bishim. But they be no right to dream for no mukuta the best of academies, you know. Yen omu player nya call up. But some players na Ajax, some players no na Dortmund, some players na Brighton, ehun no ma be fako. Some players na Sporting CP, ehun, but yes omo nya de. And the Sporting CP be fa okoyi EP e dia or qualify to play Blasters. Now think about it, say play an level no. So when Tuma man at 20, player not come by our be senior player of Blasters. Oh, na ikaka. And then na me na trust issues ngo vi. Ayedne. Afi class kakra bi. Emmanuel Ano. Kofi Tagor. Adriana Timi fan na o my ade. Because in our league context, he's a very good striker. Very, very good striker. We saw him with Bechem and Okotwaso with Nations F. Of course. And he said Mediama, of course, at this moment, when him say every top player, Mediama tries to pursue because they are the standard now. Everything that they are doing, and they have whatever that it takes to convince any player, if it's a Kotoko post, why in Popo. Means what must say? And you look at all those things, then you know, say, Bolo no Kofi. Abrante ne bono so munyana he will really help them in the Americans and say yen maduana ne signings how moye of course trying to maintain Seydou Sana is a plus wofa Amankuna Steven now to me ade Emmanuel Anoa I mean a layman crowd of I mean little idea about the Ghana Premier League will have faith in your attack and because these are proven Ghana Premier League strikers. And it will be a very good deal, but I love it, say. Yes, say Mediama for no, Yan Diomande, Capia Diomande, Quano, and Adriana Fuafre. Yeah. Now, Nanamo course, no, first, no more yen and stabby. Oh, people are good to get an Abradian, Jana Mamie, and one can't tell Saba. Indeed, so he had none of Yanampa. None of them was Paka. I could income and funny as what the cannon cast. I made him honey. Memphani, you know, I'll bet you. What I say? Because Cromani and Namfona now the Neko swap. No. Caleb Amankwa and Salif Ibrahim. Kofi Salif Ibrahim, what you saying? $5,000. Caleb just saying
$10,000.
Hey. You see, the reality is that you know, per se, Omutia players in a kakese. But for Caleb Amankwa, $10,000 in the Ghana Premier League there. For the league itself, teams be here the same player. For the league itself, net strength in the there. Wouldn't party they cannot match. Salifu so same thing. So Omuni team, contractor who any idea and they a whole different ball game. What I say? Because maybe I bet if you announce a team because maybe I offer never on to me match here. And the fans first not saying now general or value maybe scanner obeje no be consider lower what I say
sorry for the contract no watwam
go free player and the be o different alternative what I say o different alternative players no on the surface they kotokunyo mo na o me quality additions obi anya ope e no masa konya exposure o ma komacho mo ntu nya ope but sikan
any asem no
fit go now you think about it say a name modern word kotokunti to play aka $5,000
e fa osi
Tagor
Breakun
Chelsea are completely justified. And the already no me so some select or more.
Yeah, to come information about my say be templates na for my backup team no na on my trainer.
9 8 1 FM.
Why me obiansem na make
Oh Mate pa.
Okay.
Na am say oh your transfer activity we are based on the strength of your team. Because we analyze your team by department. Why do you want to okay? Make a new goalkeeper. Make a new defender. Make a midfielder. Midfielder, no cross. Make a be a type of midfielder. Ben me any more what to say? So any more a weaker. And the trust make a attacking reinforcement. The kind of striker me play me per se me per the ball need to say me per the other say any idea. And Kofi, what me be a say? Last season, department and editing in your pie attack. Got just the attack and we often say, "Ne so weak." Raman more from Satremani and Uncle Bet me abo. Raman buy and ye. And Omoko fa alone Abranti we. Dominic Frimpon. I mean, find a currency on also buying two or not buy out to say. Any more na honkeka kakra ba o Shaibu ya ba be we season ya ka think 2-3 matches and you who's on also pick it and kakra any idea so me I feel say the good Chelsea team no in as much as say defense we be here reinforcement me for the here reinforcement no be mu here reinforcement kete fire attack cause at least you guys should find a way to recruit 3 strikers very good. Bet more goals. Every season and at least what much be 10 goals be. What me 14 goals be the idea amount. And yes, I acquire the same story. Coach dance some be children. Already last season you have best start, you know. And Akwame, ye na hotoso say players now do a more barber place or more corner or me equally good. Even though in terms of names, now they don't to make kind of say, or more it was equally good. You pay the same story this season.
Okay.
Because all cars are me good no season start here no me good. The next time around the Kofi, we are expecting serious business in the transfer window. And not just attacking on Kwan. If we make food one so may here be no much shame.
Yes.
Munya replace it in edu. Minister justify for no be na no be shame dia mintin.
Oh, better be.
Team mesra Kofi munya ni ye. Akoma tie na last season ye nya ye no ye mpe biem. Now the na stars on really somebody edu. Now in fact omoye in a star it was very very nice.
Okay.
Eduana for the Kofi no krenie social media omo improve. Move videos ni oh my goodness omo improve papa. Now I'm seeing Eduana stars this particular transfer window now, I'm seeing them doing strategic businesses as compared to last season. Last season me just as sikana ba bebre na sikana afofro njo mo so ese akwa bi she oni bo pe na wa ko fa no ojo oza akwa wa chef goals on back akoton enu na edu be bia amwa momentum compete for the league no go the league no your kwa fa so e bo no kwa fa so starting yes na e de boko wi be stage bia be through in the Ghana Premier League na e chira approach through the business ender you need experienced players. You get a point. You need players who are more bully be that were experienced at the highest level in our football. And Sajumano no more here. Because Atapoku any Nabua for they know very well say next season there and yet a honeymoon season there.
honeymoon season na twam
I over
mama the honeymoon na wie say we are back to business and they are not going to spare him pressure back on so to deliver because at the end of start one like bibi asa shouldn't like bibi as significant sika oti no ni ade and it depends on the signings abaye say coach when you some obuedu say transfer no nso what signing some otenedu why no veiling on pay
be 1 hour
ago what signing Stephen Amankona and the other key players bi no Kofi Omabo league now acha omuni league na so I think that the other signings in there I'm very very impressed
okay
signings no now coach Otuado Nkomo no eyameya
sisen
uza utie Otuado conversation na utu so di ya bi won
Nkomo no yes up to now your permanent me entry at the crowd dia so a
omuji adwuma no fi ni nsem na sanso na te ampa
yes ana te
sakiwa we state reason why ya
ba we do so
man pass e bi adwuma no you are not the right man with my be
we do so man ka he
man ti kwa ben so mo ka chen so ndi adwuma no
bia no maka so
o do man no na pan na because per what I know and say Kofi yeah adwuma bi na a professional job no mususu say modern no standard or more yes they will give you a letter then they will state categorically clear in the letter that so and so and the reason why yeah adwuma na free same is a performance is it about say bia issue be goes beyond performance and any idea because house of coach bankaso kazeti ahini sabesi okotwa ahini mpoa no ma ahini no nso na adwuma no ya ne dia na ahini no so onfa adwuma no nto nti your reasons why I pan coach bi ani ade amori nso se on sesa na system any ya pan no but what Maras can so say ye interfere on adwuma mu mo a Tagor nso contract a wunu oja aye dey eko nti your reason why bi ade saki coach bi of football mu but to ado de na me nwa kakra say obedi san komo we say asad now only the reason why omude adwuma no dey free himself now Kofi in conclusion so to ado obi o blame no blame on ho first now senior de bia ye bedi nkomo fa players won say players ehia proper development stages to develop well but what is here sanga in the normal circumstance no and your player no ko fa na de ne ba and then so ko fa division 2 player na ka so de ne bebo Ghana Premier League first I na twetwe aso so then oh exceptional talent and in the normal sense no okay o yam fa no mo division 1 on your experience kakra nsan on pass it through the mail and on pass it through the right steps and the right process same applies to coaches now mama fa Luis de la Fuente Spain national team coach no de any example now de la Fuente a coach no ni hype no be anim no but baby omunim no na adwuma oye in the youth football
okay
time on starting coach anye ni ade ko for ye adwuma Spartan crash hyehyem de ma be oba oni ade ana Spain national team na hu say look say Luis Enrique kwa yeah enye prudent per tradition say e be call foreign na for coach as e dey adwuma na ma coach or Spain so they force okay yeah obi an style of coaching the ideas the methodology the philosophy no and move in line with how Spain for no so football and almost finally settled under the Fuente now the reason why almost settled under the Fuente no and yes I not Spain any top class coaches but I'm who say wa coach Spain nkola from under 18 under 19 under 21 GG European Championship ni ade and to develop your mature for process room also sana kan Otuado ye Otuado onye bad coach say or a bad coach that I will still maintain this no onye nuru ho
na so onye nuru anyo no na ba
ya Kofi sometimes opportunity be or you need to reject it
Samum
I tell you and your opportunity be an eji too
o na US visa ba sesia
oh there be na say US emro so o mo ko US na mo sene me
na so mo
ko but say abeka say me kwa Ghana man panina me nuru ho
when you're wrong. Now the what was
process.
You're losing about Jaco.
Dabi Kofi politics, you know. Where say edu baby na one man binuma mentor one for the right process in mua. Okwa ye ni binuma Kofi omunya opportunity easy. Okwa ye career na nye. And go be sometimes opportunity be an yaje. You to ado knowing the expertise. So in scouting, on how to groom talent near there no. Nanka the right offer for Tuado Senka near GDA pass or a future blasters coach and under 17 to coach under 17 no about 20 sani at the end no macho ye one place to code the national team. So I just want to be a baby muna because no opportunity be an
yeah say papa is a Richard Kansas only is a house of other confirmation see one any keepers coach into buy a YouTube one is say bias into only Kalipu 0242020208 0242020208 0207573003 one say Okochi Blaster to say Okochi was a Blasters coach is the second division, right? And I'm Barcelona. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Doggy.
Yes, sir.
That would be my first and you drug.
It's you.
Doggy, my mentor, no pay, Namentia, Akwaaba, permanence now the member obey a demand. Doggy, they are powerful, they keep you many beginning at them, Yamicham. Doggy, story you try to be an Abba. No, it's a job for Morgana. Don't you try to. Or then some over, or the person of my channel according to, or then some over. So the boy, Juma, where uncle, really long chair, but the minister selection at a man who tried to bring to me chair. It is our selection was about the catcher and Ghana. When the man put you, then go for monkey challenge man. Never ten summer, also,
good morning. Okay, when you want to me, and you know, so young phobia. Sinabasco, my eat you. Yes, I eat you.
You're the most leg my palm mobile. Osi no kwa me de no kura be kapa no mani demo sports of no so Kofi fu ye ti we se bam pen kula ni akira so bia nkokrafo no de be ye adwuma no be brew kalipa se ni se no na mitimi hu se at the 15 number se ti omu ntina house no kotoko ni be wo A and B na omu wo he so ntimi tete nkura no na be kwa kotoko krafo di aba. This thing the sun was here in my day. Could be in your Jumanidase.
Yeah, that's it. Passing a Vasco and Arsenal Cano. Na 0242020208 024202 Moko Edmano. And so one question but my cobra. And so I be need to come back. There be now no mammy no. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, honey.
No that attention.
I mean too.
Me pacho, woman say $10,000. What's some baga na say?
Mate, yeda say, and your question be convert them out. Out of you, woman ka so moje, sa no moje o clap.
Tagor.
Out of you.
Tagor, me mo. Tagor, no to bra for the am mo kuma car has to you. Na TFU on next one how many now. More sadly, when you move to their house, the bit of them so another son come on, I don't know how to cook on the house.
Out of here, that's it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir, honey.
I'm not from ABC.
Nana, it's you.
Very I'm about to this man. I say home, Yako, I know, and food, mine, and like food. Yes, Accra has to put from Monte Monema years, or much of money, which never come. I'm not married my Palfamwa. Past in the Syrian University. Everything says she has strong or Monte Monema year.
Yes, yeah, that's it, Papa. More Casa Bia Scano, $10,000 in a 116,000 Ghana cedis. 1.6, there'll be 116,000 Ghana cedis now. And if I say, you, and I'm 16 billion, bro. And $5,000 and 58,000 Ghana cedis, 580 million. 0242020208 0242020208 0207573003. Wait a minute, Alfred. $100,000 says, 100,000 Ghana cedis says 10 billion. And 10 billion. And the son is a 107 STM. Rich, you better call on. Young Vincina, Juvia Eba. The Akana na Obatwaso, the Moyan Queen birthday in Frana, Young Queen we in Frasi na Yankoa. Ayakwaba Radio 98.1 Shannon, so we Ayakwaba Sports Arena, and an P. Yadi Emma. Now, way from a word Dramani. A word Dramani, former player, the Mabricum Chess now, or Bo Eddie, and my Samatet Bubukuno, and then a word Dramani and a wife, Christiana Archery. The donor friend Chris Love, and then a Chris Love birthday. Or yes, store our Thursday market room, store room number 11, where fashion designer. Inti, Nick couldn't say Akwaaba Radio, so na Yamana would have process and Yango Port and Canada. Donna, I say woman terminal and from a word Dramani was in a year. Christiana Archery, the donor friend Chris Love, I saw a fashion designer. A Thursday market room, store room number 11. What's a happy birthday, Uncle and Famom. You Yantuaso, Yanko. Now, way from Gabi Masha Doma FM. What's it and ne a Nana Kwaku Blights birthday? What's it why Nana Doma Hene Bodgard? Inti Nana Kwaku Blights, happy birthday, Uncle and Famom. Yango point and can't na or Mount Fien Biblina and can na the base CBA Monsieur and I face to Yaobiano. And ne, a general video so ye the Fra Quambrane. I call your birthday. Inti Nana Kwaku Blight. Nana Doma Hene Bodgard. Happy birthday, Uncle and Famom. Ya dear see Yako.
Resmo, Azi. Anna Membenzi. Am I? Eh, now but thrown an air fianti birthday. In Yamapa. Resmo.
Older than Kwame.
What is he as income, woman?
You.
Mary.
Akake.
When a Canadian quay.
Okay, them.
Kofi Tagor. My uncle Tepa. Na we free. Ya a teacher ni say mufti.
Okay.
Or say a colleague sports presenter. Or say ene. Ya we she adoma for gifty. Yina ya inin pa friend fianti. Ene ne birthday. Enti if you happy birthday sonko enkoma ene wa wo dai Kofi Tagor ye se nyame se onye na koma so ade ne de ope bia emfama na Richmond Fatum so no mu dem na me we she na because o se waka so onimi a fans ne se wo boa wonimi ti afia mia na me we show happy birthday just say ketwa bia na me we show no enti happy birthday sonko nkoma afianti o te pa Kofi o market ho
no I had pa enti o de ne birthday ana
do ma ke mo na
awaro nipa
Camara
Camara, which would a person answer? Oh, Kofi. I'm so you
and no, I don't know Kofi. And I'm sure Baba. Baba, the introduction be our industry. Did the other come as Biano? Yamin Fama Baba Camara, Nemo and Eddie, Onya Potrekakra.
Babana, me hono. What's wajai na wajai ha man this was it 2 days in Namza.
Ofi miniano.
Oh, say
I'm say baba re go. Da bo say oh boyum pot in the dear.